Hi, this is Carrie from Tone Wars. We're going to go live in just a few minutes, but before we do, I just wanted to take a few seconds to say a few things. Jarrod and I really appreciate when you guys tune in and interact with us when we go live. We work very hard to make sure that our live streams and our produced videos are educational and entertaining for everyone. Believe it or not, there's a lot of work that goes into our live streams and our produced videos. So if you like what you're experiencing here, here's a couple ways you can help us out. The Super Chat feature is turned on and any amount will be appreciated. Jarrod is also available for private consultation for a nominal fee. You can contact Jarrod through two of the links below. One is through our Tone Wars Facebook page and the other is through email. So thank you so much for your support. The live stream's about ready to start, so go pour yourself your favorite glass of whiskey or other libation and we'll be right with you. Cheers!
Welcome to Tone Wars. Hey everybody.
Hey, welcome to Tone Wars.
Welcome to our crazy NAMM night here. We're doing the best from NAMM 2020.
Yes.
And full disclosure, obviously a lot of you that know us and follow the channel, we did not go, but
right.
I had yeah, exactly. I've had a few days off, so honestly, I've been feverishly digging through all of the news on all the channels that I follow. And I have some friends there, Jamie Trevino, Aaron Short, Jeremy Vareo. And I've been kind of like messaging them and getting information from them to pass on.
Videos and pictures.
Yeah, so I've been digging deep, and some of these pictures were hard to find because they're like NAMM fresh leak kind of things, and it's like some of the pictures that I'm going to show you guys tonight and some of the clips are not the best quality, but they're only ones I could find. So I did my best, to find good pictures for everybody and everything. But we're going over like in no particular order,
right?
It's no best
not
to worst.
Best to worst, yeah.
Yeah, it's just.
And the things that he chose might not be your favorite things, but there's several of them that we want to talk about.
Yeah, and we want you to post your favorite stuff because we couldn't have caught everything. There's no way,
right.
And all the information on those things, the reason why we're sharing this stuff as well is to hear your thoughts on the information as well, because again, I couldn't catch everything, but I just did the best that I could. So
well, I'm sure it's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, it should be fun.
You sure did enough prep for it.
Oh my God. Yeah, today was nothing but prep. So I've been prepping all day,
Want to say hi to a few people?
Mm-hmm.
All right. We've got Jeremy Armstrong. Hi there.
What's going on, Jeremy?
Good
to see you.
you.
Homer! Don't! What's going on, man? Good to see you.
We have Aaron Lucas in the house.
What's up, Aaron?
I'm hoping that there's some gluten-free chocolate cake on the way. From Aaron. Aaron thought it was Jarrod's birthday today.
And it ain't.
Yes, it is.
Well, it is now.
I want the cake.
If there's cake involved, it's always my birthday.
Right. We've got Vox Pathfinder, who's upset that we didn't start until after 7:03.
What's going on, Dan?
Let's see. Warm chord music. Hi, Jay. How are you?
What's happening? What kind of bourbon you drinking tonight, Jay? I got Buffalo Trace here.
Oh, I chose to go with wine tonight. I've got Josh Cabernet.
Yeah, she's feeling all classy tonight and stuff.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
Let's see. We've got, the Law. He just got home.
Hey, what's going on, Jamie?
Jamie Trevino. Andrew Stone Rock is here.
Awesome.
Paul Smith.
What's up, Andrew? What's up, Paul? How you doing?
Brett Shaver. Is that how you say it?
Yes. Hey, what's going on, Brett?
That's it.
That's it.
That's
all right.
We got 22 people watching.
Awesome. Well, what I'm doing tonight is I put together a bunch of little clips for you guys, and so before we talk about each subject, I'm going to introduce the topic or the piece of gear, and then I'll play a little video that just shows pictures of it, and then we'll discuss. And again, we want to hear what you guys think. I definitely don't have every bit of information on each piece of gear that we're talking about tonight, because that would just take forever, and I don't know. I just didn't have the time to do that, but like to hear what you guys know too. Again, this is a sharing thing. So,
ooh, let's see. Jay's drinking. It will be Knob Creek smoked maple in a few minutes.
Nice.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Smoked maple? Are you smoking it yourself, or did it come
No,
that way?
it comes that way. He said he's going to bring it next time he comes out. So,
Aaron, did you happen to see or hear Portnoy playing? Oh, he must be asking somebody in the group. Dave Rebel is back. Hi, Dave.
hey, Dave, what's going on, man?
Mark Bowers in Gravel Rocks.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Rob Bonanno. Ooh, in from Australia.
Oh, wow. Yeah, how's everything going over there in Australia?
Well, I heard it was raining.
I hope it rains like crazy.
It's putting some of them out.
Good.
So.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Well, so should we start? Should we just start with the first thing?
Yeah, let's dig right in. You said there's a bunch of them, so.
Yeah, there's a bunch, and again, these aren't everything. It's just we couldn't fit everything in a show. So.
Well, the first one is the EVH, right? They had a new 50-watt amp.
Yes, let me pull that up. So what I'm doing here too is, because I don't know every single stat of every single thing, I'm going to pull up the website here of each thing, and I'm going to find the gear. The 5153, I believe it is. Yeah, right here, this guy. And then we can go over stats and stuff. So let me go ahead and play the first little clip and see if I did this right here. Bear with me 1 second. Here we go. And we're back. All right, it worked. All right.
So what, are they hearing music, or
no? They're just
seeing
pictures. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I wondered why he was shushing me.
Yeah, I was like, no talking. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull this up. Jamie, and please chime in, Jamie, if you've seen anything about this.
He said NAMM was a successful year for him. He'll be going every year here on out.
Sweet. I'll definitely be going. We'll be going next year for sure. I mean, this year we were so bummed, but it just didn't happen. Yeah. Yep. But anyways, okay. So this guy here, the new EVH3, they tweaked it a little bit. Looks like they added channel 1. See, crystal clear, clean tone. It features 2 increased gain for. Channel 2 features increased gain for greater sustain and is revoiced for improved low mid frequency definition. Channel 3 has an improved range for the low control and oozes with the increased liquid gain. Yes. So it's a little more liquidy. You know what's cool though is I just had an EVH on here just a couple weeks ago, and the thing that I noticed about it was that it had a very dry kind of feel to it. Now,
so maybe this one's oozy.
Yeah, exactly.
And not as dry.
Exactly. Well, the thing is I found I liked it. I thought it was really good.
It's like saying it's moist.
Oh yeah, moist.
It's oozy.
It's oozy. Christ, should you get that checked out, right?
You're right. There's a cream for that.
There's a cream for that. But the thing is, I found it to be dry. Now, some people really like that. Some people, and that's why they keep coming up with new flavors. Wine. Yeah. So that's why they keep coming up with new flavors, is because, last year's iteration would be like for the guys that like the drier kind of sounds, and then this year they added some oozy goodness to it and made it a little wetter. I know. Hey, it's amp talk, you just gotta deal with it. They added some moistness to it this year. And maybe that'll be more to my taste. I might play it and be like, yeah, this is what I'm looking for. Liquidy leads and something like that, a little more saturation kind of thing. So, good on them. It looks really cool. I love the stealthy.
I like that one.
Doesn't that look nice?
Yeah, I like the flat black. And
Well, what's cool though is when you turn it on, it lights up. You can see with the black front, I'll bet the tubes glow.
Yeah.
It's like a gorgeous, like orangey
Yes.
red tubey glow behind there. So
Something about the
yeah.
flat black, even motorcycles and classic cars and
Oh yeah.
flat black is, you just don't want flat black on your walls.
No, because when you touch them, there's fingerprints everywhere.
One little and it's ruined.
Exactly. So, but it looks like it's going to have, you know, the MIDI control and all that good stuff on it, which I think is great. And price range, I don't see a price on here. I'm sure the spec sheet, maybe it's on there. Let me look real quick.
Aaron Lucas said that question was for us. Let me go back up. Did you happen to see or hear Portnoy playing YYZ as a Pert tribute at NAMM?
Oh, no, I missed that. Please send me a link. I want to check that out. For sure. Thank you. The price range is $1793.09. That's a strange price, but that's the MSRP. Could range a little. But I think that that's a very fair price for an amplifier of that quality and has those features. And that name, EVH, I mean, it's known for great tone. They have a great track record. So
let's see. Dave Buckner says external bias test points and trim pots are on mass-produced amps are really cool to see, though I have to say the thought of an EVH with even more gain on the red channel is pretty crazy.
Yeah, no, I agree with what he said on both fronts. I mean, having the bias control is awesome.
Yeah.
It's really good to have that, especially if you know what you're doing, which I don't. I've never biased an amp before, but I'm sure I could learn.
Me too.
But I also think that that's great, and I think a lot of what that is it's for, you know, guys that want to take care of their own tech. Or when they do take it to a tech, it's easier because there's bias ports. The guy doesn't have to rip the thing apart to do all that. So it's just easier to get at the transmission so he can fix it or change it. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you're paying more hours and more labor for that. So that's a very good feature.
A wise engineering choice.
Yes. Now, on the more gain thing, I like to ride the Lightning. Not that I crank the gain all the way up, but the more headroom I have there, I mean, to have a car that goes Mach 3, I'll never probably use Mach 3, but going Mach 1 might be fun, you know? I mean, why not? So I guess that's kind of what I look at it like. It's like having more headroom and all that is just great because you have it if it's there. If you need it, it's there. If you don't, it's just nice to know that it's there if you need it, you know? So I like that.
Jamie said the Stealth 100 watt has external bias points too. This was a welcomed addition to the EVH line and was added to the website on Wednesday. Nice.
Yeah, I think it's I always look forward to the new EVH stuff because they always do something unique and different. And again, I'm not a big pay for the name guy and a big like, oh, our name's so big we can just coast guy. So I don't believe in that stuff, but what I like about EVH is that they do have a great history.
Yeah.
You know, his amps have always been good.
Right.
You know, there's never been a stinker. You know, they've all been amazing, and there's always a huge portion of people that will buy them just because they just know.
Yeah.
And it's not the name, it's the reputation that's attached to the name that's important. So good on them for releasing that.
Gravel Rock said EVH is too pricey, but he bets the Rev G20 is better.
Ah, yeah, we'll definitely we can definitely have a shootout, you know, for sure. And speaking of that, I don't. You know what? I forgot.
What'd you forget?
I forgot to add Rev to the show.
Why you forget
Rev? We covered Rev. That's why. It's one of the reasons. Yeah, I had it in my notes, and I completely when I did the little clips tonight. I forgot to put them on. I apologize, but let's just cover Rev right now. I don't have a clip for him, but Rev is amazing, and the G20 is coming out, and I'll be reviewing that soon. And I've already played a Rev, the Mac Daddy from Warm Chord Music, which is Jay, and we'll be doing some more stuff with that soon. And that amp is just 100% amazing.
We need a buzzer. We need a buzzer right now because we just got a couple I forget what they were called.
Oh, Super Chats.
Super Chats.
Oh, thank you.
Lightning was stuck in my head.
Oh.
I was trying to put lightning into something. Yeah, Ben Burnett, weekly channel support. Have a great show.
Dude.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you so
much.
much.
So sorry to hear about your dog, man. That's awful.
Oh, yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I will be calling you tomorrow, Ben. And again, I've already kind of through text talked to him. But, dude, my heart goes out to you, buddy.
So sorry.
That's sad.
Hit by a car?
Yeah, he lost his dog. Yeah,
so
Lily.
sorry.
For 13 years he's had her. So, again, our condolences, our sincere condolences, and I'll be calling you tomorrow for sure, Ben. Thank you so much for being here.
We have another one from Homer Simpson. Thank you, holy moly, so much.
Oh, wow.
Love your show. Was there some unmet expectations from NAMM? Would you have liked to see more? Tone Wars effing rules.
Oh. Thanks, man. Appreciate it very much. Seriously, God bless you, Homer.
Thank you so much.
You're awesome. I don't even know what to say right now. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. That goes out to you, you know.
Jay says about the EVH. He's back. Did I cut you off? Were you gonna...
I just wanted to answer Homer's question. So what was it again?
He just wanted to know what would you have liked to see more of, and was there some unmet expectations from NAMM?
Good question.
Yeah, we weren't there.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I would have liked to seen us there, but you know, that sounds really
We're saving the pennies.
That sounds
right
really
now.
selfish, doesn't it? I want to see more of me there because we weren't there at all. I would have liked to seen a finished product by Neural.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they and I'm going to cover that later. I don't want to give too much away, but yeah. So I'll just leave it at that for now, and then we'll talk about that in a little bit here. But I would have liked to seen that finished. And gosh, and the blue amp. You know, they had a nice, and I just can only touch on it now because I don't want to put the cart before the horse, but.
They had the.
Yeah, they have a new prototype that I would like to have seen done, but we'll cover that in a minute too. So those two things.
I wonder if somebody there is in trouble.
Yeah, no, because he
from unmet expectations.
Yeah, no, he brought it, so it's all good. Thomas brought it, but so I mean, us being there would have been great, and that's just for our own little thing. But and then those two products, and that's off the top of my head. That's kind of what I got right now. But I'll probably come up with some more stuff later. Again, thank you so much.
Yeah. All right, let me scroll up a little bit. Gravel Rocks. I hope. Nope, that's not it. Jay says, but does it make you play like EVH? That's the real question.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody plays like EVH.
Is that between the G20 and the...
It could
the Rev
be.
G20?
It could be, you know. Yeah, I think both of them are going to be really good, but, yeah.
I'm not going to be able to pronounce this word, Gravel Rocks. I hope you can do a shootout of the Peoris MT-15 and the Ram.
The PRS MT-15.
Oh, it said P-A-E-O-R.
Oh,
he must have spoke.
Yeah. The MT-15 and the what?
Ram? R-A-M?
Maybe Rev.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, maybe the Rev. Well, I'll probably do that from now on because, and it's in a friendly way because everybody always asks me when I do an amp night.
How does it compare to the MT-15?
How does it compare to the MT-15? So
every time.
Yeah, and I love that. So at the end of each episode, I'll be like, all right, let's fire up the MT, and then you guys can bounce back and forth between the timestamps and check it out for yourselves.
Let's see, Dave Rebel. I'm surprised there's no reverb offering, although I guess people reached for the nearest reverb effect pedal.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think reverb is becoming instead of standard fare, which it used to be. I think it's almost becoming like a thing where it's like, you guys all use pedals and digital platforms anyway. Just use the reverb in that. We'd rather put our money into something else. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
Yeah, Gravel Rocks fixed it. It was PRS MT-15 versus the Rev.
Yeah.
I forgot to ask, no NAMM footage yet of the PRS MT-100.
Yeah, is that what Jamie said?
No, that was Gravel Rocks.
Oh, yeah, I actually asked the Law, who's Jamie in here, if he could go over there. And thank you so much to my friends. That I'm like, hey, did you see this? They're like, sprinting over there now. So I want to thank them so much because I know it's probably annoying, you know, and they're like, checking out something, they get a text message from me with some stupid question, and they're like, oh god. So I appreciate you guys checking that stuff out for me, and I know a lot of them wanted to see the stuff anyway, so but I appreciate you because he went into the PRS booth and he didn't see the MT-100. But the funny thing is I saw a video, I think it was on Facebook, of Tremonti dialing it in and playing it on Facebook, and he was like, yeah, I'm tuning it in for the, I don't know if he said for NAMM or whatever, but he was tuning it in and messing around with it. So I don't know if that was some kind of teaser or I don't know, but maybe some are NAMM, right?
Right. The losses, the knobs and switches on the Neural need work.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then he also, down here just popped up, The PT100 and MT100, laugh out loud. I've been up since 2 a.m. in Cali time, 3 hours of sleep.
Yeah, but you're young, so you could deal with it. If I was that young, I don't know if I had to go through that, man. I'm sure he probably ran a marathon while he was there, too.
The PT100 wasn't there, and the guys at PRS acted like it wasn't in the pipe. I don't know if I believe that.
Yeah, it's probably a big secretive thing. Oh, we can't talk about that, blah, blah, blah. So, whatever. I get it.
Let's see. I thought there was one. Homer Simpson, the Blu Guitar Amp X, the perfect marriage between the tone of tubes and the versatility of digital.
Oh, I know, and we're going to cover that in a few minutes here. And yeah, you're right. I mean, that's a very intriguing product.
Bucket is my god, just came in.
Hey, what's up?
Fishman Fluence Modern Pickups Kill.
Yeah, Jay can attest to that too. That's what he uses, and yeah, we'll be checking those out soon.
Jamie says he ran in and out like a Navy SEAL on a mission to find the amp. Right? I can imagine.
I appreciate it, man. I really do. I owe you one.
All right, we're caught up here.
Okay, so let's go to the next thing here, which is the...
we got the Line 6, right?
Yeah, the next? Pod Go. So let's go ahead and do a little clip on that. Here we go.
I'll be quiet. Oh, there
and
it
we're
is.
back on.
Oh, thanks. Surprise.
Yeah, so that's the Pod Go, which I thought was really cool. I mean, I think here's the good and the bad with that, as far as I'm concerned. I haven't played it yet. Obviously, I haven't had hands on it. I'm sure Jamie, the law, has messed around with it, and Aaron Short, if you're here, I'm sure you've messed around with it. The funny thing is like they released, the HX Stomp, which, is a pretty small unit, and it doesn't have any kind of expression pedal because the pedal would be bigger than the unit. And then they released, excuse me,
right there?
yeah, it's just the whiskey. Yeah, the Pod Go, which does have an expression pedal on it, and it does have the Helix engine in it. So all the Helix sounds, all the Helix effects, except for maybe a couple, are in there, and then you got snapshots and you got all the cool stuff on there, and I think it's a really good looking product. Here's where I think they could have done better.
Okay.
As far as from Michigan, me watching it on YouTube and all that, the name.
You don't like the name?
Well, the name, the Pod it's an old name. It's a name for a lot of their older products that the Helix basically overshadowed. When the Helix came out, it made all the Pod stuff almost obsolete.
So you think it kind of makes it a little
it brings
throwbacky.
It brings the stigma of that name with it. And again, I'm not ragging on the Pod name and the Pod products, but Helix is so much better than the Pod stuff. I wish they would have called it something different, because I think that as far as a marketing thing goes, as soon as people hear Pod, there's already like an outdated kind of, maybe even, dare I say, negative connotation to it. And again, I mean this with all due respect, because I'm sure it's a great product. So why would you name it something that's associated with something that you guys don't even use anymore? Yeah. You know what I mean? So...
it's rebranded.
Yeah,
don't go backwards.
Yeah, exactly. They should have kept with the Helix name, or Helix Go, or HX Go, or, you know what I mean? Something like that. I think that would have been a better thing. But that's just my opinion, It doesn't mean the product's not going to be good. I'm sure it's going to be as good as the Helix, but just a little more portable. And it's got an expression pedal on it, which I think is cool. And, what's funny is when the Helix came out and all the digital stuff came out, like, oh, look how portable it is and this and that. And it's like, well, now look how portable all this stuff is. And they were even talking about, I've even heard people say, like, well, now you don't have to worry about, carrying that big Helix around in your backpack. This will fit in there better. And it's just like, what's the difference? You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to make fun of anybody, but it's kind of like, how spoiled have we become?
Right.
I mean,
we need the Jetsons.
Yeah, exactly. And it's funny, like, we used to talk about the bag phones. And then we went to
the flip phone.
Yeah, and then we went to the Will Ferrell phone from SNL, where it's like, hello? You know, it's like the size of a Captain Crunch
now we're
cereal
going
bit.
back to something reasonable.
And now we're going to big stuff, you know, and it's like we find our happy medium with it all. So, and then you got iPads this size, and you got one half the size, and you know, so it's like we all need something for every occasion.
Yes.
You know, so but I think the iPad or the Pod Go is a great concept, and I think it's gonna do well. Mm-hmm. You know, and the price point on it is, let me look that up real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna scroll back here and try to find some comments. Jay said he would have liked to have seen the Fractal FM3, but they don't go to NAMM since they sell direct.
Oh yeah.
Dave Buckner, the Lunchbox heads with IR loading and XLR out sound pretty nice. Easy recording and easy line out to the drummer's headphones or IEMs.
He's talking about what now?
Lunchbox heads with the...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, here it is. I'm sorry, I've been kind of trying to look this up. Okay, so at Sweetwater, the Pod Go is at $449. That's a great price point.
How much was it again?
$449. Mm-hmm. Honestly, that's like I'll tell you what, Line 6 nailed. I think they nailed the form factor and the features and the size and all that stuff. The name, we already talked about that. I would have picked a better name, but the price point's great. The price point's awesome. So like for guys that are kind of like, I just need something smaller that doesn't take up as much real estate on my pedal board, and it still has all the great stuff that the Helix has to offer, except for a few things. And I don't want to spend $1,500 or $1,700 on a Helix. $449 for that. I would say that product is going to sell like freaking crazy. I think it was a smart move on Line 6's part. I really do.
Jay says he doesn't like or trust built-in pedals on floor units.
Oh, yeah.
And Jamie, it's just a more beginner option, more accessible price-wise. Mm-hmm. It sounds like Helix, but it is a bit stripped down. It's perfect for bedroom guys.
Yeah.
Pod Go at that price point really impresses me. It looks to cover the average Helix user's needs. Would like to see an HX Stomp price drop after the Go is released.
Oh, Dave said that? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I really think that Line 6, that was a genius decision on their part, because it's like a gateway drug, for a lot of their upper end stuff, and for guys who want to like dabble in the Helix realm and go, man, maybe I should try this out. It's definitely priced to try out, and like Jamie said, it's great for guys who kind of stay home and play. But I also think, and again, I haven't seen it, I haven't touched it, but I also think that it would be great for even touring guys who just need something that's like a fly rig, something that's just compact. I mean,
you know what you got a few songs you're gonna play. You know what it is.
Exactly. Well,
programmed in.
Exactly. But the other thing is we have a lot of friends in bands that just travel. You don't use the big tour bus and all that. You're using a van. And you're driving around a van with 8 people or 6 people or whatever, and it's nice to have.
Stinky.
Yeah, exactly. That's all you think about is how everything smells. But and I'm thinking about the gear. So
I do kind of, don't
such a girl.
Like you put so much beard oil on. Today's good.
Yeah. Okay. Wafting. So when you're traveling and you every bit of space counts. Something like that would work really well for local tri-state touring or whatever. So I think Line 6 really nailed it. And my prediction is next year there's going to be Helix 2.
Aha.
I really think they're already working on it. So
Pod Go would be killer if it had a power amp, says Homer Simpson.
Oh, speaking of power amps, I think that companies, at Line 6, if they do Helix 2, because I've talked to Aaron Short about this.
Yeah.
If they come up with a Helix 2, or any company that comes up with even like the powered Kemper or whatever down the road, they should incorporate a miniature all-tube power amp with it as opposed to solid state, because it does make a difference. Yeah. You can sell it as an add-on feature, like a docking. You can dock it with it and then run it through that to warm up the signal. And if you guys don't believe me, like if it sounds better or not, like watch my episode on how if I incorporate Helix with tubes and then run it through a real cab, does it sound better than direct? It sounds 10 times better. There's more clarity, there's better feel, and it warms up the sound, and it takes a lot of that digital stuff and just kind of chucks it. It like acts as a filter. So if somebody needs to come up with a tube power amp that's small enough and durable enough to hook up to any of these and work for that. So
Homer Simpson says Fractal FM3 is never coming out. By the time wait-listed users get to it, the Neural DSP Quad Cortex will come out, and Fractal Audio will be facing stiff competition.
Yeah. If they don't bring all their customers to the dance floor, somebody else will, right? Mm-hmm. It's like, my beer's almost gone. You better get over here.
Jay says Neural hardware is unproven and will cost $600 more than the FM3, so it's not really Fractal that has anything to prove.
Ooh, shots fired. Well, the thing is Jay and I have had conversations about the Neural stuff, and we will get to that. And speaking of which, what's next?
The Fryette amp.
Fryette.
Power amp.
Yeah, let's see here. Let's go to that, and then we'll cover I love talking about all the Neural stuff and all that, but I don't want to put
it's down on the list.
Yeah, I don't want to bury the lead for what they say. So let's go ahead and go to the Fryette here. Here we go. Okay, so that's the new Fryette stuff. They've added some different voicings and some width and stuff like that to their new amp. I was looking at her thing, so we're on a delay here. So they've offered some new voicings and stuff to. Which amp is that? Look at it real quick. Oh, I think it's a Deliverance amp, and so they added a width feature and a couple other options to it to change the voicing of it. I thought that was really cool to kind of, reinvent their amp.
Aaron says he didn't catch what you said about the Helix 2. Is that something that's coming out or just a prediction?
I think it's a prediction. Yeah, it's a prediction. But you heard it here first. So, what was the other thing? Oh, so the other thing that I was really impressed with and looking forward to is the new Fryette, the new power amp.
Yeah.
I have the Syn 5050 by Synergy, which Fryette actually he's got his fingerprints all over it, and it sounds really good, and I'm very happy with it. But he came up with his own iteration of a power amp, and from what I've heard from what you've heard from Mike Hasty, there's some different things that he's done with it, and he's already ordered one, so I can't wait to shoot those out and see how different they are. There's going to be more features on his own with his own name on it, I'm sure. So I think that's going to be a really cool thing, and it takes up one rack space, and it's only 20 pounds. So I thought that was really cool, because mine is 25 pounds, 24 pounds, so he even got it more features heavy. And more features and less weight. So I thought that was really cool. And
they're asking about Synergy. That's farther down on the list. Yes, we got a couple more, and then we'll talk about Synergy.
Let's go to the next thing. Fryette was pretty quick. Not a lot there, but...
We got Blu Guitar.
Is that what's next?
Yep.
Okay, so let me...
Releasing the Blu Amp X,
all right, maybe. Let's play that clip. All right, so that is going to be interesting. Now, I saw leaked pictures of that, and I was like, wait a minute here, because I just reviewed the Blue Iridium, and I even said on there, I wish he would have put delay and a couple other effects on there. That would have been really cool. And then here comes the Blu Amp X. With all of the stuff. So there's a bunch of features on it that I was hoping the Iridium would come with.
It's like they read your mind.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. Because this thing's probably been in production for a while, or at least they've been working on the prototype for a while. So, but there's going to be more effects.
So it's a prototype. It's not available.
It's not available yet. From what I heard from Aaron Short, at
you
Aaron
heard.
Short Music. Yeah.
What you heard.
What I heard from Aaron Short, because Aaron Short, I wanted to give you a shout out. Thanks for, because I asked him, I said, hey, have you been over to see Thomas Blu yet? And he's like, going right now. And so he actually caught an interview of him.
Oh,
and
sweet.
Aaron, if you watch this, or if you're watching, you're probably not, you're probably flying right now, but post the link to your video in here, even if it's on the rewatch. You guys check it out, because he asked him a bunch of questions, and it's not going to be. I sounded Italian. It's not going to be available yet, but it's not going to be available yet until I think next year.
Yeah.
But I think it's a very intriguing product, and I think a lot of people are going to buy that because it's an all-in-one deal. You got everything you need in there. He's going to have more overdrives, a bunch of effects in there, and I wonder if he's even going to revoice it a little or put different voicings of the metal stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? You know. So there's going to be some interesting stuff going on with that product.
Aaron Lucas. What are your thoughts on Phil X and Jerry Cantrell coming to Gibson Guitars? Any chance one day you'll play a man's guitar and there'll be a Jarrod signature Les Paul?
I didn't know that they went that route. I had no idea. I've been concentrating on gear stuff, but I mean, hey, to each their own, right? If they want to play, here's the thing. I'll just cover this on Gibson real quick. I mean, because people joke with me about it all the time. I think they make a great guitar, and I got friends that play their guitars, and Dave Seymour plays one, and I played it. I was like, oh my god, the thing practically played itself the way he had it set up. Amazing guitars and stuff. The thing that really pissed me off about Gibson was that whole Play Authentic garbage that they pulled several months ago, but they pulled all that stuff down, and I think that it was an overreach, and they probably realized, like, ooh, yeah, it's kind of like tapping the big guy in the bar on the shoulder, thinking you could take him, and he stands up, and you're like, sorry, I thought you worked here. I wanted a beer. Right. You know what I mean? I think it was one of those things, you know, where it's like, wrong guy, and the guy's like, yeah, you got that right. Wrong guy. So, but yeah, that's about it. I mean, I'm not ragging on their guitars. I think they make great guitars. It's just, you know, one of those things. This thing keeps disconnecting for some reason from...
Do they lose sound?
No, they don't, but we lose control over it, and it's reconnecting. It did that right before we started. Yeah. So, yeah, that was weird. Thanks, Apple. So, anyway...
that was the...
Yeah, that was the Blu amp, Amp X. I think that's a very unique product. Like Homer Simpson was saying earlier, it's like the joining of new tube technology, because it's nanotubes, these little teeny tubes they used to use in Russian missiles. And
I remember you mentioning that before.
And they repurposed them, and there's thousands of them, just, you know, buckets and buckets of them, and they're like, well, let's use them for amps.
Sure.
And they work really well in there, and they're 100 watts in these little teeny tubes, and you can fire off a speaker with one of these, and they're loud.
Right.
It's loud as hell, and it sounds amazing. I watch my videos back every time I do them, and on my stereo system upstairs, and I listen to it on my truck, you know, I'm driving around just to make sure that I had the mix right and all that. Dude, that Blu amp just killed. Yeah. It sounded amazing in that review I did with that live stream, and it just sounded so good. So I think it's a great amp, and I think that they're kind of a game changer in the industry. I'm not saying everybody's going to go to nanotubes now, but they're holding their own, and they're doing a great job at it. So I'm really curious about this new product, because again, it's nanotube technology mixed with really good digital effects, and I think it's going to be a really interesting product, you know.
Well, now what everybody's been talking about, Synergy.
Yeah, let's go to Synergy.
Got some new modules, huh?
Yes, we do. Here we go. Enjoy it. All right, the Synergy, really, all right, they've been teasing us for over a year with new modules, and everybody over in the Synergy group is like salivating. They're like, oh, when are we going to get we see the new pictures and stuff, but when are we going to get the product? And I think at least most of it is going to be released very soon. You got the Bogner, the two Bogner modules. They have the Ecstasy, and then they have the Uberschall. I'm interested in both, but if I had to pick, I would go for the Uberschall because that's the one that's got the crazy amounts of gain. And again, I like to ride the lightning. So I want to go for that. Steve Vai's new module, and Steve Vai's so big and so cool that they let all their modules are black.
We were looking for his at
Gearfest,
Sweetwater's Gearfest this summer.
But they didn't have
it available. He
was
there, but he didn't have it.
Wasn't available yet because Steve Vai's a major tweaker. So like everything's got to be perfect. And you know what? If you're going to release a product like that with your name on it and you're really excited about it, you should tweak the hell out of it. So that one will be cool. And he's so cool that they all their modules are black, but they're letting him have his lime green one. Nice. You know, the alien green color. Yeah. So that just shows how much Steve Vai's endorsement really means to them. And then, of course, the Fryette Pitbull with the nice EQ and the extra little switches and stuff. That's the cool stuff, and that's what I love about a lot of these modules when they're coming out, and I see switches and extra things on them because it's little rabbit holes that are real. Right. They're not like digital rabbit holes where you get down there and nothing's real and you're trying to make it sound real. This is real stuff. So you can EQ things, you got little boost switches, you got gain switches, EQ settings, all that kind of stuff. And I just think that is super cool, when they do stuff like that. And again, when you turn those knobs and flick those switches, you're getting real results, not digital results that you hope sound authentic,
Warm Chord Music, Jay says, looking forward to shooting out the Fryette Pitbull against his Terrier module from Salvation.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
A Pitbull and a Terrier.
Yeah. No, it's going to be cool. I want to see how close they get it because I'm sure Antonin nails it. He does all his stuff really, really well. So that'll be nice. And then the Engl Powerball is coming out for the Synergy stuff as well. So I'll have
Powerball. I was like, are we doing the lottery? What?
Yeah, so it's a lottery thing. So I'll have a Savage and a Powerball, and I can shoot those out. Now I'm hoping I didn't pay much attention to the picture because I was too busy editing today. But
I feel like you're sitting way far back. I have to.
Yeah. Okay. I'll sit up here. But I'm hoping that Engl has separate EQs. Yeah. I hope they have separate EQs on there because on the Savage, which I thought was really good, the channel 1 is a lot darker than channel 2, and they're sharing EQ. So if I want to brighten up channel 1, then you go to channel 2, and now I'm a screeching witch, and it's like
nobody wants to hear.
Nobody wants to hear that. So I wish, and it's like, how much does it cost to put a couple pots and some knobs on a module? I mean, is it that expensive? I don't think so. They're just parts in a bin. Over at Boutique Amps. All they had to do was just add those EQs, and I just think that would have been better. So hopefully they did that on that. Again, I didn't see the picture long enough to really realize what was going on there, but I'm still looking forward to it nonetheless. And I think Synergy's, if you haven't considered Synergy, you really should, because I don't know anybody that has played through the Synergy stuff and has not liked it. It's very good stuff. It's all real, especially when you combine it with the Syn 5050 all-tube stereo power amp and you run it into real cabs. I mean, it just sounds incredible, And now, for the first time in a long time, you can have a stereo amplifier, I just think that's awesome, So, and you can own all the brands, like a Diesel VH4. There's 2 channels that they make for the Synergy stuff. I mean, a Diesel amp is $4,000. This is $399, and it's real stuff, and it's made by Peter Diesel. So it's like, how do you go wrong with that? Yeah. So I think that's a great option for people. So Synergy, it knocked it out of the park this year. I think they did a really good job. There's a lot of very highly anticipated modules coming very soon. So keep your eyes open for that.
You want to go to the next one?
Let's see if there's any comments first.
We're good.
We're good?
They're fighting amongst themselves about Gibson guitars.
Oh! So. Oh, did I start that whole thing?
I'll just, they can enjoy that, and we'll move on.
Is it funny?
I don't know. You want me to read it?
Yeah, well, you can read a couple of them. I don't care. I mean, everybody has a right to their opinion.
It's fine.
Okay.
You can decide. You looking.
Oh, George says Zoom. George Celevria. Celevria. Sorry, I'm not pronouncing
Maybe
names.
you should just move on.
Yeah, the Zoom G11 has a new guitar processor with 5-minute looper, and load IR and nice interface. Very good price. Check it out. No, I saw that. Thanks for posting that. Zoom's been around for a long time. They've been hit and miss with a lot of things, but that did look pretty cool. Yeah, I wouldn't mind checking that out. Let's see. Aaron Lucas, NAMM sham.
NAMM sham.
Move on with real issues like Prince Henry and Meghan Markle leaving royalty. Hey, good for them, man. I wouldn't want to freaking deal with that every day. I'm kind of a rule breaker, so I'm all for it. Get the hell out of that freaking weird palace and go live your life. You know. What's next?
Fortin.
Fortin. Oh yeah, let's do the
out.
Fortin. Here we go. All right, and we're back. So I missed some of the Fortin stuff. I was paying attention to other things. I'm sorry. I put all this together today and yesterday.
Look over here. It's still we're delayed.
All right. So yes, that new Fortin lunchbox deal looks freaking awesome. Yeah, that thing. Wow. I think, and I heard a lot of demos of that. So they got the Evil Pumpkin. So they've changed the voicing on that. And that's going to be reissued with new voicing, new features, blah, blah, blah. So that's going to be really cool. And the new Fortin, I just looked it up. Yeah, Sigil. That amp, holy crap. What a little maniac of an amp. It's just a beast. It's a lunchbox amp. And it's going to be priced, very well. I found the price on it. Let's see here. $12.50. What a great deal on a boutique-y kind of like higher end type amplifier. And I think that if you're going to build like a really good boutique type lunchbox amp, that's a good price for it. I mean, especially if you're big fans of Fortin and you think that they're amazing stuff and all that, and Fortin has a great name. So, and a quality associated with it. So I'm really looking forward to checking that guy out. I think that's a great option for people. And again, it's priced, I think it's priced right. It's got good options. I think it's going to sound amazing. All the clips that I saw of it on YouTube over the weekend were just sick.
There was something else that you didn't think was priced right.
Yes, but we'll get to that.
Do you have video for that?
Yes, okay. Yes, I do. I saved that for last.
All right.
So I think that I'm really excited about the Fortin stuff. I think that it's good to see them coming out with some more stuff.
Yeah.
And reintroducing a lot of great products into the market. And I'm a fan. I can't wait to get my hands on that new lunchbox. I think it's going to be really cool.
George Silvira, or I think that's how you would say it, Silvira. Kemper has a new profile stage small, ? Kemper cone better deliver from Homer.
Oh yeah, we'll be covering that in a minute too, for sure. I don't think Kemper has a new small version. I know Tone Junkie did a video on 3 new Kempers that he would like to see, but they didn't. They haven't released anything. It's just a wish list, yeah. But Tone Junkie's he's another channel, and he has a lot of great Kemper content. But he's not an official Kemper owner. Or, he doesn't have anything to do with the company as far as that goes. So, I mean, but yeah, if he was on the design team, I'm sure those products would be really cool. But, they released some cool stuff this year, and we'll definitely cover that. But again, the Fortin Sigil, I think that's going to be a killer little...
Sigil?
Yeah. Yep, or Sigil. Sigil sounds better to me, so whatever. But I think that's coming out soon, and I saw all the clips of it. Just sounded really, really cool. It sounds like a very aggressive tight amplifier, and I love the tone that I heard. And it wasn't like in the room tone, it was more like they mic'd it so you could hear the real amp, the videos I saw. And the guy that was playing on it just sounded incredible. So it had a really nice, dry, grainy, gritty tone, and I freaking loved it. So I can't wait to see what that's going to be like, you know. So any comments on that before we move on to the next thing?
No, Dave Rebel says Synergy, Salvation, Jaded Faith, great modules.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. I mean, the Synergy stuff, I mean, again, if you guys haven't tried it out, I would definitely suggest it.
George, he talked about the Line 6 pad a few minutes ago, so you can go back on the rewatch and
what was he asking?
He had to say. He just said, "What about the new Line 6 pad?"
Oh yeah, we did cover that. I'll just do a real quick thing. It's just a stripped down Helix basically, but it does have a expression pedal on it, and it's $449 I think, and I just think it's a great price and it's a great option for people who want to get into into that kind of product and without spending a fortune, because the main Helix, the big mothership, is like $1,700.
Yeah.
So this is quite a bit cheaper and more portable, and it still has the quality as far as the tonal quality. It just doesn't have as many buttons, and the I/O is a little smaller, and the so some of the effects are missing. But again, it's just like a lighter version, but it's very portable and easy to use still. So that's one thing I'll say about Line 6 too, is all their stuff is very easy to use. That's something that they really take a lot of pride in doing.
Brett Shopper says Synergy is the best new gear purchase he's made. I didn't try the Randall versions earlier, but Synergy, my best new gear purchase.
No, you're right. It's definitely one of my. I got something in my eyes here. It's definitely one of my favorite gear purchases as well.
Yeah.
I love it. I love variety, and I love portability, and I love the fact that it's very affordable. And every day when I sit down with my coffee in the morning and I fire up the guitar, and if I'm running through Synergy, I have 4 modules in there at any given time that I can switch from. And it's like, well, what am I feeling today? Diesel, slow? Am I feeling, the Camerock or an Engl? And I just play through that. And it's just nice to have that variety at a flick of a switch. I don't have to get another amp, put it on the cab, wire it up, turn it on. I could just flick a switch and I got anything I want. Yeah. Super easy. So I love that. So what else we got? Neural. Are we going to cover the Neural thing?
Neural. Yeah, really quick. Let's see. Homer says stripped down Helix. You have my attention. Tony, it's pronounced Sidgil. Sidgil.
Oh, Sidgil. Okay. Thank you.
Brett, thanks again, Jarrod, for the review.
Oh, of course. Absolutely. It's my pleasure.
Oh, Sigil. Jill, really.
Oh, Sigil. Okay. So I had it right the first time. Sigil.
Can a Line 6 pad control and amp by MIDI like the Helix?
I believe it can. It does have, if we look back on that video, I believe it has the MIDI out on it. In fact, I'll just play that video for you again real quick. I'll see if I can. I hope I can. Pod Go. Let me do that real quick and we can take another quick look at it. All right, I'm going to play that one more time because I was looking for the MIDI and I didn't see it. Holy crap. Hold the press. Hang on one second here. Okay, all right. Well, I didn't see MIDI. Did you see MIDI?
MIDI.
Maybe it's on the side. I'm not gonna,
right.
say I don't want to spread,
rumors.
fake news, but I didn't see a MIDI jack there. So maybe they have an amp control out that'll go through 1/4 inch. But if they don't have MIDI on it, I'm not saying it ain't good.
Yeah.
But I like having MIDI because I like switching my amps, and I like doing that. And that's the thing that I love about Helix more than anything, is the fact that it controls my amplifier. And I'll give you a quick, I mean, for those who are wondering, why is that such a big deal?
Yeah.
Okay, here's why it's a big deal for me.
Okay.
Let's say I'm on my crunch channel, I'm playing some heavy riffs, and I got a nice dry crunch channel, but then we go into a part of the song where there's like a lush kind of clean that I need for that. Okay, well, if I have all my effects on my Pod Go, let's say, that are associated with my crunch channel, and then I switch channels with my separate amp controlling switch controller thingy, okay, because well, I mean, because the pod doesn't control my amp, I have to use my amp's control switcher.
Yeah.
So I have to switch controls there, then I have to switch all the effects on the pod. So I'm up there like freaking Michael Flatley river dancing, you know what I mean? And doing all that every time, where if I had MIDI, I can switch the effects and the amp channel like that. Bam. With one push of a button. That's why I think MIDI is so important, because you're not going to use an overdrive on your clean channel. You're going to use chorus, maybe some compression, some delay, some reverb, whatever. And now I can have that stuff set up, but without MIDI, again, I'm pushing two things.
Sure.
And what happens is guys stop doing it. They basically will have... They'll have like a plain, ordinary, clean channel with no effects on it, because they're like, I don't want to go up there and river dance all night. So that's why I think MIDI is so important. Don't ever underestimate the power of MIDI. It's a great feature.
Jay said Synergy made him sell his Axe FX3. He says running it through the power section of my Rev has been amazing.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Helix Cabana Boy.
Hey, what's up, Darren?
Thanks for changing your name.
I know, that's awesome.
I love it every time I see it.
She still talks about that. It cracks her up. Helix Cabana Boy.
The Epiphone guitars were great this year. They looked like real contenders for a quality guitar. Let's see. At Helix Cabana, couldn't agree more. Everything I've seen online on the new Epiphone looks amazing. If they have some real three-dimensional thick tops, then Epiphone will have hit it out of the stadium this year.
Oh, cool.
Let's see. CNN is fake news. Yeah.
Yeah. What is it, though?
I think you can do TRS to XLR adapter from George.
Oh, okay. So, like, that's what I used with my PRS MT right here. I used a TRS to, it's called the control switcher from Voodoo Labs. So if they do have an amp control out on that, then that would work on the Pod Go.
Ben Burnett said he went to the Line 6 website, and MIDI is not listed as a feature or listed as an in-out option.
Oh, boy. Oh, that's painful.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's not a deal breaker. I mean, I have a Helix, so I'll continue to use that. But I just say this with the greatest amount of respect. If I was shopping for a product, and I definitely wanted it to control my amp, and I need that, and it didn't have that, that would be a deal breaker for me. It really would. I'm not saying not to buy it. Buy it. I'm sure it's great. And a lot of guys aren't going to use it for amp control, but I would. So if it does have, there's an amp control out, which is a quarter-inch. Hey, Ben, if you don't mind looking that up, I would appreciate it, and post that in here. Does it have an amp control out on it? Because if it does, then that is a way around it. You just get a control switcher from Voodoo Lab, and it converts it to MIDI. So
Dave Buckner says, could still use the Helix amp model for the alternate channels if you're using 4-cable method.
Yes, you could. That's also a good idea. You can use... Like, if you like your amp tone, like you want your good crunch, distorted tone from your amp, that sounds amazing. But you want, but sounds like lions eating, that would be great. But
what is it with you and lions the last couple of days?
That's
like, obsessed with the lions.
It's
He's
crazy.
Like, Carrie, you gotta see these videos. The lion snaps the spine of this other lion
I know,
for
it's
trying
crazy.
to eat some food.
I know, they're vicious animals. God, lions, man. Jeez.
It's all disturbed.
Yeah,
watching lion videos.
Be grateful you're not a lion, because man, the life of a lion is difficult. So anyway, jeez, Captain Interrupt us here. Where was I? What was I talking about?
I don't know. I had just got done reading. The alternate channels.
Yes. So if you love your gain channel on your amp, but you want to have a nice clean channel, you can use the Helix amps in it, or the Pod Go's amps as a clean channel, and just run those out direct.
It's entertainment.
Yeah.
It's entertainment.
So that will take care of that. So you're right, that is a workaround. But still, MIDI, God, in this day and age, you think MIDI would be a very standard feature, you know? Yeah. Honestly, I'm no expert on how much everything costs, but I mean, it can't cost a lot to put a MIDI jack in an amp with some wires. And
what do you think?
You know, I don't know. I mean, it's like I said, when you go to any amp builder's workshop, there's like shelves like these, and they're just full of bins with parts in them.
Yeah.
How much are those parts? I don't know, 33 cents, $1. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not trying to knock anybody, but I mean, put a freaking MIDI jack in there with some wires and son of a bitch. Let's keep up with the times here.
Manny just tuned in from California.
Hey, what's up, Manny?
Let's see, warm chord music. We need a lunchbox amp that most guitar players can afford, for around $2,700.
Oh, yeah.
We're getting there.
We're getting there.
We're getting there.
We are getting there.
Holy crap. What's next? Did we do the neural yet?
No, let's get back up.
The Fortin, right?
Yeah, did. So let's go up to neural. Here we go. All right. No, that's the neural deal. I think that they made they wanted to make a splash.
They made a sploosh?
Yeah. A sploosh.
They make a sploosh instead of a splash?
That's hilarious. I think they made a splash in regards of they created a lot of buzz. I think that it worked. And everybody talked about it. Guys created groups on Facebook about it, and they filled up with people overnight, like over 1,000 people in a day, and everybody's all talking about it. And I think that it was mission accomplished, because then they also had a bunch of pre-orders. Mm-hmm. They had 2 tiers of pre-orders. They had tier 1 filled up overnight. Tier 2, I don't know where that's at, but a lot of people put a lot of pre-orders in for it. And I think that, in a way, that was a very smart move on their part. But I also had people, friends of mine, go to their booth and try it out. Now, a lot of it, there's a lot of functionality with it. There's some things that worked on it, and there's some stuff that they're still implementing. It's still in prototype phase, and it's not 100% done. It's kind of like a beta prototype at this point. So not everything's done yet. It
wasn't ready,
Yeah, but I think that they met the requirements to be at NAMM and to be able to say, hey, you want to see our new product?
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of... He splooshed. It kind of reminded me of, if you've seen that movie, Gung Ho, with Michael Keaton, with the cars. And they were like, the cars have to be done by this day. And they were like, so at the end, the inspector, the big guy from Japan, came in to check out the cars. And Michael Keaton's pretending he's cleaning a windshield that's not really there. He's actually making the sound. And it was like, well, they're not really ready yet, but this is kind of what they would look like if they were. And it was kind of funny. Now, I'm not saying they failed. I think that it's going to be a product that's probably going to make a lot of sales, and a lot of people are going to switch to it and stuff, because it's kind of how the digital market is. It's ravenous. Everybody wants the new thing, because that's the way digital works. It's not like amps.
You like the old ones.
Yeah, with amps, it's like classic cars. It's they're never going to be bad. They're always going to be, but it's so heavy, but listen to it. You know what I mean? It's you're right. So, but with the digital stuff, everybody wants the new, latest, and greatest, because that's the problem with digital, is every time a new product comes out, it makes everything else obsolete. at least in their product line,
right, in their product line.
So I'm not saying that it makes Kemper and Helix, obsolete because this thing came out. Now here's the thing, though. I've had a lot of conversations with Jay. I've had conversations with, Aaron Short and a couple other people about this product, and there's a lot of conjecture and there's a lot of guessing and a lot of speculation going on with it because they use all these buzzwords.
Yeah.
That's got the best, the most RAM, and it's the most powerful floor unit, and blasey. Well, the thing that's nice about having all that power is that you can store more things, and maybe it'll get to things quicker, but it doesn't necessarily always mean that it's going to sound better. And they use a couple other buzzwords that leave me now. Now, I get it. It's marketing. It's the way it works. Everybody does it when they come up with stuff, especially digital things, but it's just funny to see all these people go, I'm going to buy one. And it's just funny because it's like, I had this conversation with Jay. Both of us were talking about this. It's like, I'm going to sell my PS4 right now for the PS5. And then the PS5 comes out and there's 3 games available.
Right.
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you keep your PS4 and then wait till the PS5 proves itself, and then if you see it, the graphics are better, blah, 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 and there's like 50 games available, and there's ones that you want, well, maybe have both for a while, and then, kind of switch over to the other one, or depending on what you want to do, but Kemper has so many profiles, XFX has so many presets, and Helix and stuff like that. It's like, to switch that quickly, and to just go, I've already got my stuff up on Reverb. I can't wait to sell it and switch to this thing. And you don't even know how it sounds, how it feels. And you don't even know when it comes out in September what it's actually going to have. Is it still going to be in its, you're selling your tree for a sapling. You know what I mean? And you're hoping it's
going to be good. Yeah.
So the sapling shows up and you're like, wait a minute, I thought this was a tree. No, it'll be a tree. You just have to give it time.
Yeah.
Like, what am I going to do till then?
We got a couple super chats we need to acknowledge.
Well,
Jay from Warm Chord Music.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Jay.
And he said Gung Ho is awesome, so he's seen it.
Gung Ho is amazing.
And Homer Simpson. Digital equals the grass is always greener on the other side.
Wow,
And
Homer Simpson again. Wow, dude. Thank you so much.
Amp equals,
we're going to spend it on donuts.
Or
thank
pizza,
you.
or whiskey.
Yeah, thank you so much, Homer. No, he's right. I mean, it's literally the way it is in the digital realm. It's like as soon as a new product comes out, you could go into the groups on Facebook and everyone's like, oh man, this is going to kill the blah, blah, blah. And all these fights start and everyone's like throwing sand at each other. And it's just like, guys... And I've been around the world and back with this stuff, and I can assure you that it's not going to be any better.
He's got the fine lines and wrinkles to prove it.
I do. But the thing is it's not going to be any better than anything else that's out there. It's just a different form factor. It's a different flavor of what's already available. It's not going to profile better than the Kemper. It's most likely not going to model better than Helix or Kemper or XFX. It's just not. It's just going to be, I think Jay called it a Me Too product. Yeah. It's just a Me Too product. It's like, again, God bless them for like wanting to get off of the computer screens and get onto the floor, because neural DSP has been always a plug-in on a computer, and I think that that's cool, and eventually those DSPs will be available in there, but I just think that people being so ravenous over this product when they've never heard it or felt it or anything yet is kind of ridiculous. It's okay to be excited. But people have been reaching out to me, dude, you got to check that out. Mm-hmm. I will only have this product on the show just to have it on here, but I'm not going to buy it to keep it. I'm not selling anything for this. I'm interested in it only for informational purposes only. I'm not drooling over it,
Let's see. Ryan, we have not talked Engl yet. So it's next.
We're getting there.
Jamie says, I played it and told them they need to make it have life. You know how I am with modeling, and that's the only thing I cared about. Did it make me want to dig in? No. No,
it's a modeler. What do you expect, right? And you're right. You're 100% right, Jamie.
Ben, if you bought all neural programs, a solid laptop, and an interface foot controller, you would have a rock solid, more advanced version of the neural quad core.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it's possible.
Jay says if you have a Kemper, XFX3, or Helix, you're already riding a gravy train with a biscuit wheel. No reason to sell for unproven item.
No, you're right. You really are. I mean, because we've talked about it before. Like I said, I mean, Kemper, like if people say, and I've seen it in the groups, I wonder if it profiles better than the Kemper.
Yeah.
First of all, how much better could it profile? And I know I sound like a fanboy, right? But I have a Kemper. There it is. And I also have a Kemper stage. It's upstairs. But I play amps most of the time when I'm at home. I'm always playing like the MT-15, or I've been playing the KSR lately that Mike Hasty left over here. Thanks a lot, Mike. That thing is stupid awesome. And I also have my Synergy stuff, so I prefer that. So I'm with Jamie Trevino on that. But but the thing is, though, is it's not going to profile better than the Kemper. It's not going to, I mean, it can't be Kemperier than the Kemper.
Kemperier?
Yeah. It's just, it profiles better. Like, it's a placebo, I think, for a lot of these people. No, you can feel it. There's this thing, and it's like, shut up. Don't tell me that. And modeling's modeling. And I'm probably going to piss some people off right here now, but I don't really notice a huge difference at all between the Helix and the XFX. I really don't, is the way it sounds and feels. If there's a difference, you probably have to dig for it and spend hours and hours and hours finding what those differences are, deep diving in the menus and making that happen. So how is this going to be better than those? It's just another digital product. Right. And if they're all right here, it's going to be right here too, at best. Yeah. You know what I mean? At best. So the only reason why you'd want to switch to it is if you like the form factor better and you're really stuck on the Neural DSP stuff that's on the computer and you really love it and you want to take that with you when you go on stage. I get why people would want that. I really do. But that's also it's a DSP, it's modeling. So, I mean, and I think that the best way to test this product out is don't test it against your current digital platform that you use. Test it against a real amp. If they want to nail real amps, then let's see how it compares to a real amp. If it compares to it and you're happy with that, then switch to it. Otherwise, I mean, again, I'm not trying to steer people away from it, but I just think people should calm down a little bit and take a breath and go, all right, let's
just make some music.
Yeah, let's make some music, and let's not worry about all the idiosyncrasies, because at the end of the day, I don't think it's going to be better. It's probably going to be the same as a lot of these other products.
Damien, he says he's been watching our channel for a while and he loves to watch.
Thank you.
Can you do some profiles for Helix? The one thing about your channel is you're real and sincere. I don't think you're set up to play tonight, but you are definitely real and sincere.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Seriously, that means a lot to me. Yeah. I have made some Helix presets, and they are on their what is this, their tone sharing place. I always forget the name of it. But you can it's right here, and I can't think of the name. You know what it is. So if you go on there, it's Jarrod 5182. Those are my presets, and they're free. I just make them, and then when they come out with 3.0, I'll be doing all the rev channels and putting that on there for free for you guys as well. Yeah. It's all subjective. If you like it, great. If you don't, at least you know kind of where I'm coming from tone-wise, and you can tweak it or whatever you want. Yeah. So thank you very much.
My goodness. Homer Simpson.
Dang, Homer.
Wow. Feel like we need to give him a T-shirt or something.
Yeah, send me your address or something. I'll post my email here afterwards, please. Oh my God.
He says, "Let's get Tone Wars drunk. Come on, good people. Here, we'll drink to that."
We'll drink to that, dude. Thank you so much, Homer. Oh my God.
Cheers to you.
Jeez,
wow.
I'm blown away right now.
Yeah,
dude. Seriously. Wow, thank you so much.
One for me, one for you.
Holy cow.
Let's see. Dave Buckner, off topic, but I think shooting out some of the pedal platform power amps versus your Synergy power amp would be a good content idea.
Oh, yeah. I think that's a great idea, too. Yeah, thank you.
The Chicago Todd, my take on the QC is that it doesn't need to be better than Kemper. It's just as good. It could be a compelling sale. Compelling?
Yeah. Hey, Chicago Todd. Good to hear from you, man.
Hi.
Yeah. I mean, okay. So there's so much going on in my head here.
Take a minute.
No, I get passionate about this stuff. No, I appreciate the comment. I really do. And I guess my rule is this when it comes to buying things: a lateral move is usually not recommended, because if you have a product that you're happy with and you're just switching because something else is just a new product, but it hasn't really proved itself yet or whatever, you're making a lateral move. And sometimes lateral moves, at least most of the time, I think they're a move down.
I just had a great idea. Remember, so totally off topic, going down a squirrel. But remember how you're like, every time somebody does a super chat, we needed to like have a thing.
Yeah.
We could cheers. We could drink.
Oh,
Could be.
Oh gosh.
Take a sip.
Yeah, if you want us to see us inebriated, keep it up.
Right.
Again, thank you all so much for all that.
For
Seriously, I'm always blown away, and I'm lost for words with that stuff.
He says you guys are the best.
Well, thank you.
And
You're the best.
Jay gave him the last bowling shirt. Jay says, you just won the bowling shirt.
Yeah, you can have it, dude. Yeah, seriously, I'll post my email on here. Hit me up, and I'll send you some stuff. Thank you so much. You're awesome, dude. But yeah, so I mean, linear moves, I mean, or lateral moves or whatever. I just think that, again, I think the product should have its day, and should be tried out, and it should have all that stuff. And I'm sure that there's things about the Nero DSP stuff that all of the other companies can learn from and go, well, why didn't we make our knobs twisty knobs so that they could do more than just stepping on them? And why didn't we make our screen this way? And there's always something that we can learn from each other, and I think that it's going to add value to the market. But when I watched all these people literally like jump ship, they're like, oh my God, I gotta go buy it now. I pre-ordered, take my money, make it rain, and all this crap. It's like, dude, seriously, like, calm down. It's not going to be... the hype is so huge. Like, I don't think any product could ever live up to that. You're just going to be like, wow, it just sounds like another digital platform.
Jay says the real question is, what kind of boots does it go with?
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, well,
yes.
Well, if I buy a digital platform, you get tennis shoes.
Oh, I actually need new tennis shoes.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so,
Let's see.
We'll figure
Jared's
that one out. Get some Crocs.
Aaron says Jared's Badonk Helix preset is outstanding.
Oh, well, thank you.
You have a Badonk one?
Yeah. Yep, Padonkadonk.
Nice.
Yep, it's a big fat amp they put in there. That's why they call it the Badonk.
Mike Hasty says he loves that KSR, and you're welcome.
Oh, dude, that thing is amazing. Good to hear from you, Mike.
Yeah. Dave Rebell, guitar in EXP2 FX loop main out amp. No amp control.
Oh, wow. I was talking about the Pod Go.
Oh.
Man, that's just... why?
George, do you like the new PIA from Vi?
Oh, the Pia, yes. Oh, my God. With the two handles?
Yeah.
That thing looks gorgeous. I don't know what the price is on it. I'm almost afraid to look. But, yeah, I think that that's going to be a killer.
Jeremy Armstrong. Thank you for the super chat.
Wow, man. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Seriously, guys, we appreciate this more than we can say. I mean, we've been doing this for a long time, and there's about a year and a half, almost 2 years of it we were doing where we could not monetize because you have to get to a certain level.
Right.
So we really... I'm not kidding you. It means the world to us when we see this. It really does. Thank you.
Ben Burnett, remember when everybody was going to profile everything and everybody was going to have every amp? Then everybody found out that profiling was difficult and that you had to be good at it to sound good.
Let's stay on that for a second. That's a very good point, Ben, because Jay and I were talking about that today. I mean, the thing is like you buy, let's say, a Kemper or a Nero, and you're like, it profiles, or the Moore, I think, does as well. It profiles. It's like, okay, I get that it does, but profiling isn't as easy as you think it is. It's not as easy as, well, you plug this in there, and you plug that in there, and you push a button, and you go make some donuts, and you come back down, and everything, it doesn't work like that. You have to have Now you can do that, and you'll capture a decent sound of your amp and a decent profile of your amp or a decent representation of it. But if you take your homemade profile and put it up against somebody like Live Ready Sound who does it for a living and his stuff is like freaking stellar, well, guess what? Your stuff's going to pale in comparison to his, and you're going to be like, you know what? I think I'll just buy profiles from the pros right now. Because it's not as easy as you think. It's kind of like the Flowbee hair cutter thing. Remember that? You can cut your own hair.
Can you do that again?
You put that on your head and cut your own hair, and you're calling in sick for 3 weeks because it looks like you combed your hair with an egg beater. You know?
It was like vacuum. It sucked it up and like
Like your hair looks like an explosion of a mattress factory when you're done. It's like, you know, it's not as easy, and so it's like it's not as easy as you think. So next thing you know, the Flowbee's in the curb out by the curb waiting for the trash guy, and you're going to see your barber, and your barber's like, "What the hell?
Did you do?
What blind barber school did you go to?"
Right.
You know, it's not as simple as it looks, man. It's a good point, Ben.
Dust Devil. I have a Rev Generator 120 with the XFX3 for the effects and the 4-cable method. I like it better than just his Kemper. All right.
What was that again? I'm sorry.
He says, I have a Rev Generator 120. So is that just Rev G?
Oh, yeah, it's the Rev, yeah.
With the XFX3 for effects in the 4-cable method. He likes it better than just his Kemper.
No, you're right, dude. I mean, I'm the Rev General is like one of the holy grail amps that are out there. It's like the unicorn amp. It's so they're not everywhere. But when you that's your favorite amp.
I know.
You know, and she's not oh, I like everything. You know, she says most of the time when I play anything, she's like, well, sounds like a guitar.
Still sounds like. But can I sing on top of it?
Yeah, exactly. But when we played through
Is
the
this
Rev,
the part where I can sing?
Yeah.
Oh, that was the solo? Okay.
Yeah, exactly. It's all she cares about.
I can't sing on that?
So when we played the Rev, she was like, oh my God, that sounds really good, you know? And it's amazing, like, when I started coming back full circle, thank you, Jamie Trevino, to amplifiers, I really started discovering the different character that they had and all of the idiosyncrasies that they have and the great tonal options and the feel, the reality, you know, that they have, and just, you know, some are drier, some are, they just got those juicy notes, some are wetter, some are like, then you have like the tight flub, you have all this different weird ways that I describe amps, but it's all true.
Wet, flubby.
Yeah, it's like whatever, but...
Let's keep going.
Yeah, let's keep going. But, you know, all these different attributes with them, and it's all real, and you can't compare that to modelers and profilers. I mean, the profilers come the closest. They really do. And to step it up in a profiler, you take a Kemper and put it through a real power amp, real tube power amp and cabs, oh my God, it's like, that's the best the Kemper will ever sound. But it still doesn't compare to a real amp. I mean, it just doesn't. It comes damn close, but... The real amps are just amazing. And now, again, that I've gotten reacquainted with them.
Yeah.
Oh, this MT-15 behind me here. I don't know if you can see it all the way, but oh my God, is that a killer amp? You know, I mean, especially for the money.
Yeah.
It's just a great amp. Speaking of amps, where are we going? Engl? Going Engl territory?
1 second. We need to catch up here.
Okay, let's do that.
You've been flapping your jaws.
It's the whiskey.
I know.
Homer Simpson did it to me.
Damien wants to know where he can buy our music. Got Anastasi.
Anastasi. It should be available on what's that?
Is that iTunes?
DistroKid. We use DistroKid, iTunes, and we also use should be on Google Play.
Yeah, I'll spell Anastasi for you in the ANASTACI.
There you go.
There.
Yes, thank you very much for asking. It should be available on Spotify too. You know, you can check it out there. Thank you very much.
Darren Moore sent to another to do another shot. He's drinking too.
Oh, cool. Thanks, Darren. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for the super chats.
Where's
All right, let me scroll back up a little bit. Jay wants to know where my boots are. I have lovely shoes on tonight. I have these shoes.
She's got the shoes tonight.
Okay, and let's see. It is cold out there. I should be wearing.
Yeah.
The Rev 120 is a masterpiece.
It is.
Dust Devil. I have KT88 in his Rev.
Ah, nice. Nice.
Daryl McMillan. HX Stomp is getting 8 blocks in the Rev purple channel. They have a purple channel?
Yeah, they got a purple channel.
What's that like?
You heard it.
I did?
Yeah, you heard the red and the purple when Jay brought his over.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah.
Is that when it changes to the colors match the...
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Let's see. Making good profiles is not easy.
No, it's not. It's not as easy as everybody thinks it is.
What is your go-to amp? If there was no amp modeling today, what would your setup be live? From Damien.
Ah, Damien. My go-to amp... well, I mean, honestly, as far as amps that I own right now, I love the Synergy stuff. The MT-15 would probably be my... Out of amps that I own, the MT-15 would be like something I would grab and go with and do a show with, because it's an amazing... I'm telling you, if you haven't played through one of these, go try one out. Slam it with an overdrive, because you know, if you play metal or even like rock, you know, whatever, you're going to use an overdrive to tighten up the amp. And man, when you tighten this thing up, and the tone, the feel, the way it sings with all the lead notes and everything, and the clean channel, they're all like, they couldn't be better. It's just such a really, really good amplifier. The tone is inspiring. It fits all genres, and it can be as heavy and brutal as you want it to be, and it can be classic rock and everything in between. Yes. So I would go with that. As far as amps that that I would my go-to, it can't just be one, because there's so many good ones. Yeah. So it would be the Rev General 120 for sure. Yeah. That's definitely on my list. The JP Mark II C+, which, oh my God, the amp just impressed the hell out of me. And the KSR, I want to get the KSR bad. And then and there's one more that I'm going to review very soon, and they're a local company. Oh, what's the freaking name? Mike Hasty, help me out with this. I can't believe I forgot the freaking name. Rhodes. Yes. There you go. Yeah, powered by Rhodes. I want to get one of those. So those would be ones that I would go to for sure.
So we have 3 more. Let's see. 3 more products to cover. Really quick, they're talking about drinking and smoked maple and the spiced honey whiskey.
Oh, man.
Great episode. Carrie, your vocals from Jarrod's live stream on Wednesday were killer. Awesome job. Thank you. Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you.
It would be cool to hear more of those. Yeah, it'd be cool to hear more of those.
Well, there's a microphone.
Right. Ta-da!
Oh, there it is.
Oh, we got another. Drink some more as long as no one is driving. Not for a minute.
Not for a minute. Thanks, Ben.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you so much, Ben.
Yeah.
You are awesome. Cheers to
Ben,
you. Cheers to everybody.
Thanks so much. You've been very consistent from the beginning, and we really appreciate your help.
Love you, Ben.
Behind the scenes, too.
Yes, Ben's been awesome. Yeah, we appreciate all you guys very much, you know.
All right.
All right, so what are we down? Let's run the Engl footage. Yeah, here we go, guys. All right. Those aren't really music or sections to watch things. They're sections for her to fluff her hair.
Shut up right now.
That's all it is. It's going to be called the fluff the hair section.
Jay, good grief. Here we
Lord.
go.
All right, here we go. Cling. You're almost out, aren't you?
I am almost out. Let's see.
Thanks, Jay.
Jim Sieben, Jarrod, can use my modified VOX AC and custom cab to run one of the comparisons.
What was that again?
How about a shootout with lower gain amps? And then Dave Rebell said you could use his modified Vox AC and custom cab to run one of the comparisons.
Oh, yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah, absolutely. Anytime Dave can come up, it's always a good time. What was Jim Siebens again?
How about a shootout with lower gain amps?
Yes, we can do that. It's definitely something I'm interested in doing. And it's not something that I would be playing on, because my opinion on that kind of stuff would be null and void, because I don't want to mislead anybody, because I just don't play those. I don't play that way. So all of it would be like, oh, I need more gain, or I need more this or that. So I would have guys on that are low gain players, and so that they can give you more accurate results.
Yeah.
So we can do that. Yeah, we can do that in the future for sure. Are there any other?
Let's see, Ben, maybe the rev generator and not the general, or maybe he's just sober. Trainer DH15 for a low gain shootout from Dave Rebel. Let's see who else. But I actually have a rev profile. Oh, Jay has a rev profile pack on sale called the Red General.
Yeah, that's where I got it. It's confused. Yeah, post your link to it in here, Jay, please. Those are good profiles. Jay said, or Jim Siebens says, I have an older matchless and a Fuchs that can be used. Oh man, dude, matchless are freaking ridiculous amps too.
Engl also has a 25-watt Fireball with 6L6 tubes.
And we're going to Engl territory. No, we just did Engl territory. Yes, we did. So let's cover the Engl right now. I could talk while it's going again, so let's have it go again so you guys can watch it while I'm kind of blabbering about it. Here we go. There it goes. So they just released a new iron ball, and it's a smaller amp. It's a lunchbox. I forget the wattage on it. I think it's 25 or 30 watts, something like that. Let me look it up real quick. And I've had so much going on today. I'm getting all my facts mixed up here. Should be in my history. Engl iron ball. There it is. Look up Engl amps. We'll go over the little stats about this. Here they are. All right.
Damien says when his band opened for Hammerfall, it was the first time he heard Engl, and oh my god, they sounded killer.
Yeah, I just had a Fireball on the channel last Wednesday, and that thing just crushed. It was an amazing
He went on
amp.
to say, your videos of the amp is so useful, and us guitarists really appreciate it more than you know.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that more than you know. Seriously, thank you so much. I put a lot into those episodes, and you always wonder,
for sure,
are people is this good enough? You know what I mean? Am I coming across with enough information and sound and stuff like that for people to enjoy? And you always wonder, is this really going to be found useful for people, or am I just kind of falling short? So I appreciate that immensely. I really do, So here's the new iron ball, and trying to find the fact sheet on it here, and their their mobile site is kind of hard to navigate here, at least for me. There it is. Okay, so all right, so this guy here, so I did some zoom in pictures for you guys too. It's got the power soak, it's got a direct out. You can use IRs. I think there's already a couple speaker emulations in it. Which I think are really cool. Like, Engl's always been old school. They've always been like that old Viking, like if a Viking built an amp, this would be it, like just old school and gnarly and just like mean Vikings. And nasty, and it's just a cool amp. But what I like is they've integrated some cool stuff on this with the power soak, the direct out. You can use IRs, you can use different exterior or interior IRs that it comes with. It'll do 8 ohms, 16 ohms, or 2x16, if you want to run 2 cabs. IR balanced output, headphone output. It's got the gain boost. It's MIDI. Finally, a miniature amp, with MIDI, which I think is just... Thank God. I mean, put MIDI on stuff, for crying out loud. I just think it's...
right?
Seriously, it's been around since the freaking 70s or 80s. Like, it's been around for a long time. It's like, you got to be kidding me. It should be so standard that people are like, well, of course it comes with MIDI. Duh. So I just think that it's just a very handy feature to have. So they got that. And it's got the output wattage is okay. So it's a 20 watt, and I'm sure you can, take that down to half or half power or whatever. I'm sure they got that. And then they have the effects on there, which I think are really cool. So you got different effects. You got delay, reverb, and gain boost. So it's got its own boost. It's got reverb and it's got delay on it, which I think is just killer. That's what I said about the Blue amp when the Blue amp came out. I was like, man, if you just put delay on here instead of reverb, because anybody that plays metal, because it's a metal amp, so is Engl. If you're playing metal and you're doing guitar solos, you're going to use delay over reverb 8 days a week. You just are. So I just think that if you're going to put effects on an amp, put delay on, because I think that's a very handy effect to use. So I just think that this is a great product, and I think it's been a long time coming. And I've been really big on the Lunchbox products lately because I think they sound just as good as their bigger brothers. They just, it's just easier to carry around. I mean, give me an amen, you guys who own the Rev Generator 120s. When Jake brought that over here a couple months ago, I'm like, "Hey, I'll help you. I'll grab the grab the amp head." And I couldn't have heard of Sticker a little. I picked it up. My arm about fell off. I was like, "Holy crap, this thing's heavy." They're not light, and especially if you're climbing stairs and stuff like that, it's like, geez. So I love the Lunchbox stuff because it does allow you to, easily carry your gear around, and they
you're getting older,
Yeah, I'm getting older. Yeah, and well, there's two things: you can get old or get dead. I'd rather just get old. So it's nice to be able to have the smaller stuff that still sounds amazing.
Jay says the Rev G20 has MIDI too, and the cabinet lighting function for those with Rev cabs like me.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it when companies think of that stuff, because really, with a lot of us guys, it's the details. It's those fine details that will make us say yes or no.
Yeah.
Because all the amps give you tone. They all give you the same stuff, but it's those details that'll be like, oh, wait. This has that? Yeah. And if it means a lot to you, which a lot of guys it does, like I'm a big MIDI guy, gotta have MIDI, and I love amps that light up. I know it sounds stupid.
It's like a fish.
I know, I was going to say I'm part fish because I love shiny things, but but if an amp lights up and it's got like a cool, like that KSR. That lights up and so it's got like the grill in the front. You can see the tubes and all the light in there, and then the logo lights up too. It's like
he actually buys rope lighting, so if it doesn't have a lighting feature,
I put it in there.
In there.
My Synergy stuff's all lit up. My boards are all lit up. My
fancy.
I like all that stuff. So it just makes it more attractive, and it doesn't cost the company a lot of money. So.
Let's see, Damien asked a good question. What was the guitar that disappointed you the most, and what's the amp that was overrated and disappointed you?
Oh, at NAMM? Honestly, I don't know. We weren't, like I was saying in the beginning of this, we didn't go. I'm giving you all this information by me watching all of the footage, calling my friends, asking them questions, and having them check out stuff for me and reporting back to me. And I only use trusted friends to do that. So I
maybe if Jamie's still watching, or if Aaron Short, or maybe chime in with your thoughts on that most disappointing guitar and amp.
Yeah, I honestly don't know. It would all be conjecture on my part, and I don't want to, but I appreciate the question.
Gary Z06, I'm really interested in the new diesel VH Mini 20 watt. Hopefully it's not crazy expensive.
It probably will be. Yeah, it probably will be. All their stuff is pretty high, but I mean, the thing is I think that if you want to enter into the mini amp market, I think you should top out around $1,500, $1,700, somewhere around there, because other than that, I just think if you're gonna.
What are the price of normal regular size?
Well, this guy here, the PRS MT15 is $750. Like.
Yeah.
I think, and it sounds killer. It crushes. It's got an amazing tone. It has a great clean channel that sounds absolutely gorgeous. The crunch channel on it can go from anywhere from classic rock, like AC/DC type stuff, all the way to melt your face off. Satanic ritual freaking metal. You know what I mean? It can go that high. And everything in between. So it's like ridiculous. So the only thing it doesn't have is MIDI, but I found a workaround because it does have, the amp, the connector in, it's TS for the channel switcher, which I made work with my Helix. But if you're going to have an amplifier, especially in the mini market, and you're going to be over $2,000, you better bring it. You better have killer effects. You better have like an integration, like what the Engl did. How much was that Engl? Let me look.
While you're looking, Jay says Engl included the power soak, and the IR functionality is huge because with them and Rev doing it, this is great for guitar players. Such an underrated feature for those doing home recording.
It really is. So the Engl Iron Ball Special Edition.
By the way, there's 36 people watching.
Oh, thank you so much, guys. We really appreciate that very much. If anybody wants to post pricing or any features or any things that they liked about anything that we're talking about, feel free to do that. And if it's not on our list of things, feel free to post about that too, and we can have a back and forth about that, because that's what this is about. We're just sharing our thoughts, and we want you to share yours too. We want you to also have input, so please do it. I'm looking it up right now. The Engl Iron Ball.
James Coleman says, in his opinion, he felt nothing from NAMM knocked his socks off. What do you feel was the best piece of gear that came out for metal at NAMM this year?
I think that the whatchamacallit, the sigil. I think I'm really looking forward to the sigil.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the Bogner modules from Synergy, and the Fryette Pitbull from Synergy, and
Save Your Pennies.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, as far as what I've seen, those are the three that, or three or four that really mean a lot to me. I was hoping that the PRS MT100 would be there, but it wasn't. People looked for it and didn't find it.
Ben says rope lighting makes everything sound better.
It does.
It does, right?
Boy, you're onto us. Yeah, you're onto us.
Jay says the fact that the MT15 is just a little more than the company that created the Lunchbox amp Orange is crazy.
Yeah, I don't remember how much the Orange was. Trying to find, if somebody, I for some reason I can't find Engl Iron Ball Special Edition.
Oh,
So I'm trying to find the price for that. Let me see if it's not giving me any pricing.
Well, maybe somebody can throw it in there.
So somebody could do that. I don't want to get too wrapped up in that, but
2 more to go.
Yeah, so we have 2 more to go. All right, so let's go to Kemper.
Yes.
Ooh, there's a big one. Here we go. Alrighty, so we are back. So the Engl, they released finally, because they've been teasing us for 3 years, 2 years with the whole Kemper cab, Kemper cone thing. And if you noticed, I posted a picture of the speaker in there. It's very different. It's 2 separate kind of things. Mm-hmm. So I'm very interested in how this is going to sound compared to all the FR speakers out there. Is it going to be as fizzy as them, or is it going to give you that clarity that you're looking for? And is that why they took so long? Mm-hmm. Because maybe Chris Kemper was just like, nope, not good enough yet, guys. We need more research, because everybody thought it was going to be a Celestion FR speaker, that popular one that was released last year at NAMM. Everybody thought, well, it's just going to be that cab with that speaker in it. No, it's not. And that's why Kemper cab and Kemper cone are separate, because Kemper cab is obviously the cab, and the cone is the special speaker that they made for it. And leave it to Kemper to do everything different and to do everything completely off the beaten path from what everybody else is doing. But the thing is, though, is you got to respect the company because they honestly do have the best sounding digital platform out there, and there's a reason for that. Chris follows his own path, and he doesn't go with the traditional like, oh, everybody's going this route, let's go ahead and do that too. He's not a Me Too guy. He's a I'm doing this guy. He blazes his own trail and does his own thing with this stuff. And I'm telling you, I have high hopes for this cabinet and the speaker. I think it's going to be really good. I don't see how Kemper is going to have a miss here. I haven't heard it. This is all conjecture, but based on their history, I can't see them failing here. Now, if anybody that was at NAMM that has played it, please chime in because I want to know your thoughts. Now, that said, it's NAMM. There's noise everywhere.
Right.
And it's like when we were at Sweetwater Gear Fest, I tried out some cabinets there, and it was like, how do you like it? I don't know. There's so much noise. Like, it sounds pretty good, but until I get it home, I don't really know what to expect here, So, I'm really interested in that. I'm really interested in seeing how it sounds, and I'd love to have it on the channel. So, anybody locally that's going to get one, feel free to hit me up because I'd love to have it on.
James Coleman says he senses a Kemper cab coming to a fight night in the near future.
You bet your rear end.
You bet your baby.
You bet your rear end. Yeah, I want to have one on here, and we'll put it against the reigning champ, which is the Friedman ASC 12. Yeah, so we'll put that up against there, no problem.
Gravel Rock says I'd like to get the Engl lunchbox, but which one?
Oh, the Engl. Well, I would get that new one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for asking. But and again, I don't know the price of it though. I looked and looked and looked on my phone. I couldn't find it. And but maybe it's so new they don't have any MSRP on it yet. But I would suggest that because I just like the features of it. I think they're that's you got the boost, the reverb, and the delay. I think that's just so cool. And the cab soak or the power soak and the direct outs. I mean, I think it's a great option.
Jay says, can you explain what this system is? He honestly doesn't know what the difference is between the cab and the cone. Do you buy them separately?
Yes. From what I've seen, you buy them separately, and thanks for the question. So I don't know why that is, because if you bought the Kemper cab, why wouldn't you want the speaker that is designed to have? But maybe Chris was like, well, maybe not everybody wants this speaker. Maybe they want to try their own speaker in there. I really don't know what the thought process was behind that. I really don't. Yeah. But I'm definitely interested in seeing what this sounds like with the Kemper cone, because to me, it's like, why wouldn't you buy them together? So it's nice to have the option. But again, I think it's going to be a great product. I really do, because if everybody that's here, you all know the cabinet is about 60 to 70% of your sound. You can have the best amp in the world and put it through a crappy cabinet. It's going to sound like crap.
Yeah.
And you can have an okay amp and put it through an amazing cabinet, and it's going to sound really good. So cabinets are, I always call it the chef at the pass. It's the guy that just makes everything, like they'll either send it back or it's they wipe the plate and they arrange things and let it go out or send it back before the customer does. I mean, it's the most important part of your gear, really. I've owned cheap cabinets. The exception to that is a Harley Benton. I think that was an amazing cabinet for the price. But I've had the B52. I've had other cabinets and played awesome amps through it, and it just failed. It just sounded hollow and thin. And now I got these Mesa 212s, and everything sounds amazing through them. So
is it basically their version of the Line 6 power cab?
I'm not sure. To be honest with you, there's still a lot of kind of conjecture about it. There's not a lot of clarity on it because it's been like this mystery thing. They've had it at the last 3 NAMMs, and it's like this little green cabinet. Yeah. Everybody goes, oh, when's that coming out? And no one really knows a lot about it. And then this year they finally officially released it, and there's still a lot of mystery about it. I've seen pictures, I've seen interviews with Chris Kemper about it, and, it's hard to keep up on all the little details about it. And I'm sorry if I don't know as much as I should about it, but I tried like hell to, all this stuff to like just put it all in my brain these last several days. But there's only so much I can retain, but I think that it's just Kemper's very different, unique version of what everybody else already has out there. And on the Line 6, Power Cab 212, topic, I think it's a great product. The speaker emulations in it weren't that good, but the actual FR aspect of it, I thought was really good. So
we have one more.
Yeah, get ready, guys.
One more on the list.
Yeah, what is it?
Soldano.
Yeah, the Soldano. Let's go up to that. Here we go. All right, the Soldano. And we can still talk about Kemper too, if you guys, because I know there's a lag in the stream.
Sure.
So I saw some videos about the Soldano Mini. They got a Mini. It's a Soldano 30, the SLO 30. And I saw a guy playing some like classic rock riffs on it, which I thought was kind of interesting because it's not a classic rock amp. It's kind of made for metal, and it was kind of weird, but the guy played well. It's just I just thought the genre was not fitting of the amplifier. Like if I was Mike Soldano, I would have had a metal player up there like beating the crap out of that thing and shredding. So, but be that as it may, I thought it sounded pretty darn good. And then they got to the end, and the interviewer was like, "Well, how much is it?" And it was weird because it was as if Mike Soldano couldn't make the words come out of his mouth. He was sitting over here, and the guitar player is sitting over there. And I guess the guitar player actually works at Boutique Amps, and that's where they're made, or something like that anyways. And Mike's like, "Well, I don't handle all that. He does." And then the guy spoke up, and he was like, "Yeah, this one here," and he pointed at the lunchbox version, which is the 30 watt. He said, "We made it very affordable for all guitar players to own, and this way everybody can have one. And it's $2,500, and you better sign up now because they're going to be flying off the shelves." Now, here's the thing: he might be right. I don't know. I mean, he knows the market hopefully better than I do, and he might be right on point with, they're going to fly off the shelves. But in my mind, I was like, did I just hear you correctly? $2,500 for a lunchbox amp.
Super crazy.
It's a 30 watt Soldano, and I'm sure Mike is a nice guy. I've never heard a bad thing about Mike. I've always heard that he's a great guy and a very kind-hearted person and everything. But I just can't imagine, and this is nothing against him, but I just can't imagine shelling out $2,500 for a lunchbox amp.
You get some serious boots out of that deal.
I wouldn't be able to afford to buy you boots. I'd be like,
have one.
We're going to Salvation Army. Let's look at that footage again. I just want to look at the back of this and see what it has. 1 second. Put back on here.
Aaron Short is finally in.
We're hot. Yeah, I didn't see any extra features on the back of that thing at all. I'm going to roll it one more time just to give it a shot here. I'm going to stay hot on the mic here and see. I thought I caught a back shot of that. Maybe I didn't. I looked really hard for photos of the new amp, and I could not find them.
My goodness, Damien is saying some very nice things about it. He said after his wife's breast cancer surgeries, he would watch our videos during her surgeries, and you made a difference in his life.
Oh, who was that?
Damien is.
Oh, Damien, thank you so much, man. Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, geez, man, that means so much to us. Thank you.
Says, "Thank you for your videos. You have me back playing again, and you got me back in playing when after opening for many famous bands I had given up. I am back, so thank you."
Oh, man. Wow, that is fantastic. Dude, thank you so much. I mean,
that's probably one of the best compliments.
Yeah, that is definitely one of the best compliments I've ever heard. Thank you so much, man. there's days where I come down here and I'm shooting videos and I'm recording tracks, or I'm setting up the room, setting up the lighting, buying things for the room, whatever. And there's days I feel like, man, I mean, there's days where you wonder, like, is this really making a difference and stuff like that. And it's funny because there's times where when you're feeling at your lowest, someone comes by and fills your tank up. Yeah. And I'm not saying I'm feeling at my lowest today, but I'm just saying that what you just said put enough gas in my tank where I can't see myself feeling low for a long time. And even if I did, that reservoir's there to remind me to keep going, so.
Maybe next Sunday we can do some pink for breast cancer awareness.
Yes, remind me.
I will.
Remind me. Thank you so much. Seriously,
and what was
that really
put your
means a lot.
wife's name in the comments.
Yes, please do.
As well. Let's see.
Wow, thank you, man.
We have so many comments. Let's see.
About the Soldano?
I think it's going to be back and forth. The Kemper and the Soldano.
No, we can cover them both.
Gravel Rocks wants to know what the newest Engl lunchbox is. I know that's not a Kemper.
That was the Iron Ball Special Edition. I'll play that clip for you real quick, and we can stay hot on the mic when I play it. So that's what you're looking at right now, buddy. It's the Iron Ball Special Edition, and it has effects and a power soak on the back, like what you see there. I did some zoom-ins for you on that. And there's some really good features on it, and I think that this is going to be a really good contender. I don't know the price yet. I thought I saw it for 19 something or whatever. I could be wrong, but it's got the noise gate, all that stuff.
Ben was talking about the Kemper. The idea is that you can upgrade your existing cabinet with the new Kemper Cone speakers, or you can buy a Kemper cabinet loaded with the Kemper Cone.
Oh, I see. Okay, good. Thank you for posting that. Yeah. That was hard for me to find information on. I mean, you wouldn't believe how many videos I sifted through this weekend. I went through Anderton's, Gear Gods. I looked through everybody's, and there was a lot of. What's funny is I'm watching some of the interviews, and I'm just like, oh my God, why didn't you ask him this? Or why didn't you ask him that? And they're asking him questions, and there were a couple of them where it was like everything but. Like, why did you...
Come on! Yeah.
Ask the important stuff, but you know what? It's easy for me to armchair quarterback everybody from here, so...
Aaron Short chimed in. He is at NAMM. He says he's just leaving the NAMM site. You guys had better come next year.
Oh, we will, dude. Thanks for chiming in. Safe travels, buddy.
Helix Cabana Boy Aaron Short, give us your best and worst of NAMM.
Yeah, do it, man.
I don't think he's... Kemper has an acoustic simulator coming soon that sounded nice from Aaron.
That was something that I missed in tonight's thing, but what you said reminded me of that, yes. They do have an acoustic simulator coming out, and I think it's going to be the next update, and that's going to be really cool as well.
Jim Sieben, $500 of that Soldano price is the name.
No, you're right, dude. I mean, on that note, okay, so let's go back to the Soldano thing. And I say this with the greatest respect to Mike Soldano. I mean, he's, like I said, I've heard he's a total sweetheart of a guy. He's like a really cool guy. He's invented a lot of things for the industry and made... the way he creates gain, he doesn't do it's like the cascading thing, and it's just very different than everybody else's. He doesn't soak every tube.
Yeah.
He soaks one just enough, and then he spills that soak into the next one, and it like creates a completely different gain structure. And there's a lot of genius ingenuity that went into that. The caps that he uses, the way his power section is. I mean, I'll give him all of that and say, yes, you're amazing, Mike Soldano. You make great stuff. But at the same time, it's like, now again, I might be wrong. There might be 100 guys on the waiting list to get one of those slow 30s. Right now, that's like worth every dime. I'll take it. And that's how the market works, right? I mean, how much do you charge for anything? As much as you can. Yeah. I own a business. I own a pressure washing business. And that's the way it works. How much should I charge for this? As much as you can. As much as the market will bear for you to get. Now, I understand that there's a limit, and there's also companies that completely use the name to gain more money, and I don't know where the whole thing lies with all that, because it's like, if you could sell it for that much, do it. But man, I'll just tell you this, I won't buy one for that price, not because I don't think it's a good amp, and not even because I don't think it's worth it. It's just not worth it to me. I mean, honestly, I got an amp right behind me, the PRS MT15, and I'm not endorsed by Paul Reed Smith doesn't even know who I am. I'm a speck of dirt on that guy's radar screen. That's what I am. So, but the PRS MT15 gives me everything I want tonally and function-wise and quality-wise. And, I mean, I'll buy that before I buy a $2,500, lunchbox amp. Now, here's the other thing. There's other amplifiers out there. I got a KSR upstairs. That's half the price. Well, I shouldn't say half. It's $1,000 less. And if you buy it used, it's even, bigger difference. But it's $1,000 less, and it's got I can't see anything that it has that the that the Soldano has that the KSR doesn't. And it's a great boutique amp, and it sounds, dude, that thing sounds amazing. So why would you spend that kind of money if you're gonna spend that kind of money on a lunchbox amp? It better have a power soak. It better have an IR loader. It better have like multiple layers of power that you can change from. It better have like a sweet look. Like I want it to have like that see-through front with the grill and the lights and the cool stuff. It better have MIDI. It better have like all those features, and maybe like a built-in boost or a built-in noise gate. Stuff like that. A really good like clean channel that's voiced properly. An awesome dirt channel that has a couple different voicings on it. Maybe some effects, maybe some delay, a boost, whatever. It better have all that stuff on it, other than just, well, it's just a cool sounding amp. Because at the end of the day, and I mean no disrespect to anybody who makes amps, it's a box with circuits and tubes in it. And it's like, how much is it worth? There's amps out there that, I mean, the Soldano is a good amp. It's good. But when you put a price on it like that, it makes people get out their microscopes and look at it differently. Sure. Go, oh, it's that much? Well, let me take another look at this thing. What does it actually do? What does it actually sound like? And like, okay, there's a Rev out there that's also handmade that sounds absolutely incredible, and it's got a billion more features on it than the Soldano does, and it's a holy grail amp, and it sounds amazing. So when you stack those up against each other, especially for the price, I think most people would go with the Rev. Why wouldn't you? You got two different stages of aggression on the Rev.
And it's prettier.
Yeah, it's prettier. And the thing is like, I don't know. It's like, know your market, man. Know, like, maybe he knows his market. Maybe he knows that his fan base will pay anything to play his amps. I don't know.
Aaron Short says Kemper has an acoustic simulator coming soon. Sounded nice.
Oh, cool.
And then, let's see. I don't know if you know Bobby Lecky. He says, hi, missed you all. Busy, but Happy New Year.
Hey, Bobby, what's going on, man?
Jay says,
Happy New Year.
Damn it, I think I'm getting another Kemper soon.
Oh, Jay said that?
Reeling him back in.
Yeah. They're good units, man.
Good night, Dave Rebel. Thanks for tuning in.
Oh, good night, Dave. Thanks for tuning in, man.
Let's see. Aaron Lucas, he had to run. Great show.
Thanks, Aaron.
Jay, like I said, the fact that it's more money than the flagship Rev 120 is insane.
No, it is. Like, you got a Rev 120. You got amps. Okay, so let's make this other comparison. You got the Rev 120, so it's 120 watts.
Yeah. 4
channels.
Yeah.
Of just absolute glorious tone.
Yes.
And features and everything else. And it's hand built, and it's just an amazing holy grail ridiculous amplifier. But you can pick that or a 30-watt Soldano with 2 channels in it. Like, come on. I'm sorry, but just, oh God, that just seems really audacious to me. It just does, Unless there's something I'm missing here, it just doesn't seem like it would be. So, all right, so somebody asked me earlier, what was my biggest disappointment? I think this is, as far as my experience from Michigan at NAMM, watching all the videos and all that, I would say that this would be my biggest disappointment. Because, again, I'm not disappointed in the amp. I'm sure it's a fine amp. I'm sure it is. But when you
Not
price it like
affordable.
that, exactly. But when you price it that way, it makes me look at it more objectively,
Sure.
and it makes me get the fine tooth comb out and go, oh, wait a minute,
Right.
you know, I'm gonna white glove inspect this thing. Then like, oh, it doesn't have MIDI, doesn't have this, doesn't have that. Like, okay, wait a minute here. And then you start thinking objectively again in your shopper mind, and going, I can get a Rev for way less, and it's got all this great stuff. I can get an Engl for way less, and it's got all this great stuff. Wait a minute, I can get a full-blown, John Petrucci Mark II C Plus for a couple $100 more. I mean, at that point, it's a pound to an elephant. Like, why wouldn't I just buy that?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, like, it just, to me, it's like, I posted, there was somebody in one of the amp groups on Facebook today that was talking about that, and like, oh, I can't wait till this comes out. And I was like, you do realize it's $2,500?
Right.
And he was like, oh my
What?
God,
Yeah.
and a lot of other people were like, I would never pay that for a lunchbox amp. And then, of course, there's the fanboys that come in and they all worship Mike Soldano, and
Right.
again, I'm sure he's a great guy, but they're all like, oh man, you don't get it. And I'm just like, yeah, you're right, I don't.
He said, Jay says the Soldano comes with a hidden bag of cocaine and a lifetime supply of bourbon.
Oh, well, in that case. Now, here's the thing. Like they say, well, Mike Soldano builds it himself.
Yeah.
Now, I would pay that much for the amp if I could hang out with Mike Soldano while he built it. No, I'm serious, because like I said, I'm sure he's a great guy, and he's probably got a billion stories he could tell you about people he's met, different amps he's made, and what happened in his journey through his career. Now, that would be worth paying for.
Right.
Honestly, I would pay that much just to hang out with him while he built the amp and saw how it was done. That would be really cool. It had a lot of sentimental value to it, but...
Damien wants to know, is there a way to send us a video link for YouTube? He has it unlisted, so you would need the link, but it's his way of thanking you for getting him back into playing. You could send it to our Facebook, Tone Wars Facebook. You could probably messenger the link.
Yes, you can do that. And you could also email me. I should have put my link up here tonight. So one thing I forgot to do is JARROD_REIGN@yahoo.com. That's my email. If you missed, I know I kind of went through that kind of fast, but when we're done here, I will go in and post in the description my email address, because I would love to see your video. And seriously, I thank you so much. That would mean the world to us to see that. So I will do everything I can to be able to see that. So I will send that to you as soon as I can.
I'll just type it.
Yeah, she'll type my email address right there. So you feel free to send the link to me there.
I can figure out how to find the underscore.
Hit the, yep. And there it is. Yep. Yeah, I look forward to that. Thank you so much. So yeah, getting back to the Soldano thing, I mean, I say everything with the greatest respect, and I keep saying this because all the fanboys, man, they just come after me sometimes when I speak my mind, and they skip over all of the things that I say, and they only pinpoint on the one thing that I said that rubs them the wrong way, and act like I never gave them any context at all. Oh, you're just this way and that way. It's like, dude, I'm just saying, like, if for my money, there's other amplifiers I would rather buy. If I had that kind of money, I would rather buy 2 amplifiers. I'd get a Rev and an MT15, or a Rev and a Mark 525 or something like that for around the same amount of money.
Right.
And I could have 2 amps that are amazing. So, with the Rev G 20 will be on here as soon as they did say that they're going to send it to me. I don't think I'll be able to keep it, which I don't expect, but at least I'll be able to have it to borrow for the show. So I think that would be a fun night. So looking forward to that. So did we cover all the stuff?
Yeah, we have covered all the stuff.
So has anybody else had anything? Let me go in here.
Yeah.
Well, we got 38
Mike
people
Hasty,
on here now.
Jarrod, plus you already have, or anyone can get a real SLO slow for $400.
No, you're right. Mike brings up a great point, because they have the synergy stuff.
Yeah.
I have a Soldano SLO module that I have in my, my synergy rig, and it's got 2 channels from that amp, and I also have a real tube power section to run it through and real cabs. So and it's for $399, and it sounds incredible. It's a great amp, and I'll say this about the Soldano stuff. I've played real slows. I've played them, and I think they're great amps. They're really good, straightforward amps. There's nothing about them that sets them apart in a way where it's like, oh, that's so unique or this or that, though. I'm not trying to devalue it. It's just a great, straightforward amplifier. You know, there's nothing super unique about them. And maybe that's the beauty of it. It's just a great, straightforward amplifier, you know? And the way that Mike Soldano makes amps, it's like if you hear the work that's put into the amp, maybe that's a bad thing. So it's easy to overlook the quality. I get that, but there's, like, when I played the JP Mark II C+, there was something so unique about that amp where I could see the price point on it, where it's like, okay, you know, you got all these features, all these channels, and the EQs, and all this different stuff, and different tonal options, and the MIDI, the in and out, all the I/O, everything on it was just incredible. So yes, I get why they charge what they charge for that. So again, unless it cuts my grass and cooks me breakfast, I mean, for crying out loud, man, that's a lot of money to spend on a 30-watt lunchbox. God bless you if you want to do that. I mean, more power to you, and I hope you enjoy the living crap out of that amplifier, but I won't be spending my money on one.
Yeah.
I won't be spending that much on an amp, period, for a lunchbox. I just won't. You know?
Have you checked out the new BC Rich guitars?
No, I haven't. You know, BC Rich, when I was a kid, you know, starting out playing, they had the Warlock and all these crazy looking body styles, and they were cool, you know. They were like for all the badass metal dudes when you're like 14 through 16 years old, and I thought they were pretty cool.
That's it?
Yeah, well,
Only
then you
from
get 16, you discover girls and cars.
Okay.
You take a break from guitar for a few years, and then you mature a little, and then you buy like different ones after you're like 22, 23. So that's why that works. Yeah, they're cool. They've had like this kind of roller coaster in the industry with all their guitars, but I've heard good things about the newer models. I really have. So I'm curious as to see how they're working out now. Warm Chord Music said, my Synergy Soldano module for $400 is plenty good enough for me. No, I agree, dude. I'm on the same page. I don't need to go out and buy a Soldano because I pretty much think Mike Soldano made that module, so it's the same preamp section, so I'm good, you know. Let's see here. Tony, never seen a slow for 400. You forgot a zero. No, he's talking about the modules from Synergy. Yeah, that's what he's talking about. But you know, his amps go for anywhere from $4,000 to $8,000. Even the used Holy Grail, like the OG amps, you know. And somebody said that today. They were like, "Well, you don't understand. Like the OG amps go for way more than that." Well, I agree, they do, and it's because they're not available anymore. And anytime anything goes to that status where you can't get those anymore, of course the price goes up because it's a supply and demand kind of thing, and I get that, but
Ben
you can't.
Remember the acrylic body, BC Riches.
Oh yeah.
Dust Devil, he has the BC Rich Zombie, Beast, and Villain.
Oh, I'll have to look those up.
They want $700 for a custom black Warlock.
Oh man.
Let's see, Bobby. The wheel tuning keys were crazy on BC's.
The wheel tuning keys. I don't even remember those. Wow. That's how out of the loop I am with those guitars. But yeah, like I said, I've heard good things about them.
Ryan Briggs, have you checked out Ola's solar guitars with the Evertune bridges?
I want to. I want to check out his guitars really bad. It's just last year I bought so much stuff for this channel. I got tapped out, man. I was like, good Lord. I got to pay some stuff off. And that's what it's like when you start a YouTube channel, because you're in a point where companies aren't handing you stuff. Like all these guys, like the bigger channels, they're getting gear thrown at them left and right. I mean, they open their door every day and there's like a giant box on their porch. You're like, well, who's this from? So-and-so, yeah, could you review our product? Because they know they got all this pull.
Well, don't say it with the attitude. That's
no, it's fine.
That's
no,
what we aspire to.
No, I'm not saying it with an attitude. I'm just saying that they get all that stuff and it's great, but I'm not at that level, so when I open my door, there's snow on my porch.
Yeah.
I gotta shovel it off, you know. And so when I want to review gear, I either have to buy it, rent it, have a friend let me use it, or Motor City Guitar has been great to us, hence the shirt. Yeah, they let me take gear home on Wednesday nights and do a full, you know, review of it, and I got to bring it back the next day. But I'm very grateful that they let me do that, because that's huge, and that means the world to me. And I've had a couple of companies send me stuff that I can borrow and send back, which I also appreciate because it saves me money on buying it. But I want to get to the point where, you know, I can have people send me stuff and I either get to keep it or I get, you know, a fee for doing the reviews, which is a lot of the bigger channels get to do. And God bless them for doing it, because they work their butts off to get to that level, and that's where I'm, you know, obviously trying to do as well. So yeah, I definitely want to get some of that stuff on here for sure. Let's see here. Catch up to everything here. Oh yeah, the Ola's okay.
The last two are the only two that we haven't.
Okay, so Warm Chord, it's not Guitar Gear, but Universal Audio's new recording software, Luna, has made a lot of waves at NAMM. As a recording engineer and owner of their hardware, I'm definitely interested, especially since it's free for users and of their interface directly interacts with it. No, that's cool. Yeah, I haven't messed with that yet. I got to get back into my recording game here a little bit, because I've been doing a lot of exterior studio recording because it's just easier. But I've had a lot of time on my hands, so I'm able to record here more. So I will be doing that soon. But anyways, well, we've been on for 2 hours and 20 minutes here. And we appreciate the fact that all 36 of you have hung with us for the most part the whole time. And we appreciate that very, very much. And man, as much as I'd love to spend the whole evening with you guys, I got to eat. I'm getting super hungry, and I got to go upstairs and eat and stuff. But we want to thank you all so much for spending the evening with us, and for all the super chats and the support.
Thank you.
Seriously, I can't even put it into words how much this stuff means to us. I seriously can't. And Damien, please send me that link. I want to check out that video. I would love to see that. Love you too, Warm Chord. Gravel Rocks. Which Engl lunchbox is the new? It's the Iron. What is it called? The Iron Ball Special Edition. Yes, Iron Ball Special Edition. Look it up. You'll find it on their website. It's a killer lunchbox amp. But yeah, thank you all so much for everything. We really appreciate it a lot. And I will be on live again Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. I don't even know what piece of gear I'm using yet.
Go tomorrow.
I got to go to Motor City tomorrow and you know, check something out. So please tune in then, and we will see you all on Wednesday night. And if we don't catch you then, next Sunday we'll be back on with some more content for you guys. And again, thank you all from the bottom of our hearts for all the support, super chats, the comments, everything.
Thank you, Gravel Rocks.
Yes, thank you so much. All right, guys, thank you so much. You all have a good night. God bless you, and we will see you soon.